into the microphone.
What's the intro?
So guys, Nostalgia Critics Disney December. I think it's pretty
What was
good.
your favorite? We're
I think it's one of the
actually
better.
our first list for the week, folks, is we're gonna be talking about Nostalgia Critics Disney December videos. We're gonna rank them.
Are you talking about the audience? The audience?
Yeah, the audience. Okay, everybody laugh. Everybody laugh.
There's an audience.
So like, I think Nostalgia Critics I feel like it's a little too much hate. Some
Yeah,
people say
he's a
doesn't-
little
I think you're-
proactive. I mean, I think that bit from that one terrible episode of the show where he sits in front of his computer and starts screaming like a fucking banshee over a honey ad. Look, guys, this is Simon on the average
Credit
episode.
card?
This is Simon on the average episode of the pod.
No.
I can never do a good note on the screen.
He's rehearsed it. He knows how it goes. That's amazing.
I like how Nostalgia Critics thinks that Day Crazy Nights is like the worst Christmas
Well,
movie.
what are you gonna do?
Like it's not.
It's not actually a Christmas movie though; it's a fucking Hanukkah movie, so he's wrong.
Which is funny because Hanukkah's barely in it.
Yeah, it's called
It's
Eight
barely-
Crazy. It's called Eight Crazy Nights. I don't even get to the end of the Eight Crazy Nights, at least not from my point of view.
They do the bomb
last
PC.
night of Hanukkah.
It's just not.
that was me when I realized that my microphone is unable to be used right now. It's just not.
Alright, what have you dragged me for? What is this?
What is
What
this?
is
What is
this?
this show? Is this a new show?
What are we
Brand new?
doing?
This is a brand new show, guys.
Yo.
So,
Well,
basically, we had this idea back when we did the Base Roll podcast, which Base Roll podcast for
Holy shit! Is that
Like,
a
hey,
motherfucking
let's do a
CM
movie.
Razor reference?
no.
we can't reference those people.
No.
We can't reference those people. They're not canon anymore.
No. They're not in our
No,
canon.
so basically, was it me who had the initial idea for the movie?
Okay, well, let's go back to late 2020, all right? So,
Oh,
Yeah,
we're going
way
way
back.
back. We're going.
Oh yes.
okay, well, who are you first? Who are you?
Wait, you got
I
to gesture to
am-
somebody.
I am.
Well, let's
He
start
just
with the
said, "Who
first
are
one
you?"
in the title
You
of
just-
this thing. Who are you? The good.
Oh.
Who?
Hi, ladies and gents. My name's Simon. I like cherry vanilla Coke and long walks on the beaches.
Uh-huh.
I'm a big movie fan. I'm a graduate of acting school at insert college here in Southern Ontario.
Where would you be on the screen over there?
And I.
Oh, wait, no,
I'm
no,
up
you're
here,
above, you're
on
above
my
me.
screen. I'm up
Yeah,
here.
so Simon...
Yeah. Just put. Oh, it's just.
Fuck you! All right,
What the fuck are you doing down there? What are you doing down there?
Stay away from you. That's a cute outfit.
Yo, it's like the Shrek 2 DVD menu.
It is like the Shrek 2
And really quickly, give us your favorite movie, Simon.
My favorite movie of all time is that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That's what I've said before on previous movie pod episodes.
Okay, the bad. Who are you?
My favorite movie. Oh, my name's Wyatt. My
Who
name's
are
Wyatt.
you?
Platinum Payton, as you also may know me as. Platinum Payton. I do funny videos. I do cool videos on the YouTube. My favorite movie is M. Night Shyamalan's Unbreakable. It's a masterpiece. I think he's one of the greatest directors of all time. Sorry. And also,
Sorry.
yeah.
Apologize into the microphone.
Speaking of Mike, fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you, son.
And then who's this motherfucker
I'm-
sitting below me? Who is this guy?
I'm the bruv. My name's Donut Cass. You know me from my work in. You know all of us from my work in the baseball podcast.
Yes.
But currently I am with the Goon Squad.
Who?
So we got a lot of things going on, a lot of things planned. But I have been fortunate enough to be able to do this pod with these two lovely gentlemen.
Yes.
So I am from the UK, unfortunately.
Yeah,
My
worst
favorite
country
food
ever.
is Korean chicken wings.
Not even a
And
British
yo,
food. That's
my favorite movie of all time. Probably The Cabin in the Woods. I just think it's a
all time.
classic.
Solid
Wow.
pick.
Like,
That's a solid
It's
pick.
pretty
That's a
good, isn't
solid
it? It's
shout.
just pretty good. Like,
It's just pretty good.
it's just
That's
pretty
it.
good.
It's just
It's
pretty good.
I just don't think about the writer. Just don't think about who wrote that shit.
No. Where's he going?
Where did he
Sorry,
just
sorry.
walked off
I'll just-
screen?
No, I was just turning on some extra light.
No, you're good.
So that you're
yeah.
behind the
Oh,
scenes.
yeah, sorry guys. I gotta go edit my lighting real quick.
He's dead. We killed him.
No.
The dead to the
Oh,
bad
man.
and the ah!
Man. Ah! Help!
Okay.
Use a long weapon.
What?
Anyway, yeah, that's who we are. Back to what I was
Yeah.
talking about. Late 2020, I met these fellas, and they're part of this little group who are, I mean, they're known to be movie fans. That's pretty much like 90% of your conversations.
Yeah.
So,
We're like cinephiles. We're just like Jeremy Johns and Chris Tuckman on YouTube.
so
Basically,
I like
think
Jeremy
of, like,
Johns if he was.
go on, what?
think of a combination of like X-Men plus like Angry Video Game Nerd and like
Theater
and like
kids.
the founding fathers. Like it's like a mixed.
Oh, I see. Thank you for that.
That's such a loaded addition
Thank
to
you for
that.
that.
The founding fathers. People can take so much away from that.
But yeah, no, we've always wanted to do a podcast. We were going to do a podcast on pro wrestling. The first
Yes.
episode
Or
of that
pro
is
res.
somewhere in my drive. It's like 25 minutes long.
I remember
We
it.
still have
we
that.
were-
Jesus
I think
Christ.
so.
I remember we were
Oh.
talking about who we thought would win the 2021 Men's Royal Rumble match, and Wyatt got it right. He said Edge, so he actually got it right in hindsight. I remember that shit. So
So yeah, over time, these boys have developed me to be much more of a movie fan. I've seen so many more movies since meeting these two.
yeah, I've
yeah.
seen so many movies. I've seen like 2 movies.
So we decided to make a podcast with the group that we were fortunate to meet through Deadlock, which was the baseball podcast. We did that for about a year and a half.
You all know them.
Incredible, good times,
Incredible.
Lovely
It was an
people.
incredible time.
All
We
lovely
had
people.
so much fun.
very very good.
Great people. But guess what?
What was that?
They're gone.
They're dead. We did it.
We got it. We should take the movie podcast and push it somewhere else.
So we're not
No,
doing that. They're not dead. The group we
No.
had was too big, and it was very unique
Exactly.
sections of people, and we thought it would be
Yes.
better off if we all split off into our own things. And
Yep.
so we were like, damn.
We think of it as
Yeah, go on.
we think of it as a more of an umbrella reference.
It's more of like,
Yeah, it's like
a recommendation place for people to go and see which person works for you. You know, we got
It's like a big.
Yeah.
It's like a big fucking. It's like a pyramid. It's like a pyramid scheme, but not terrible.
Imagine a
Yeah.
big shopping mall and like all the different shops with the different kinds of like content. There, like we got Boomhauer doing his Twitch streams. You got Davida Loca doing his Twitch streams.
Davida Loca.
I believe
Yep.
Chris wants to do more podcasts down the line, so keep an eye out for that.
Lovely. We have our boy Platinum Payton
Mhm.
making informative parables. Right
We
there.
got Simon
Very
who had
informative.
some content things. If you still wanted to do that, we can do that. We can post that somewhere. I obviously have
yeah.
been very fortunate to be in
You're
Goon Squad.
everywhere.
I'm fucking
You're-
everywhere.
You're like a fucking. You're like the influence of Islam. You're just like everywhere in the world.
Thank you. Speaking of someone who's everywhere, mainly
Okay.
Hellbot. He's a content machine.
That brother is more content than man at this
He's
point.
unbelievable.
He is-
I love him.
yeah.
So,
It really is.
I
More Muppet.
missed on doing the pod. I missed it. It was like a week after we
Yeah.
said we're going to stop. I was upset. I wanted to do a baseball podcast again. And then I said, why don't we just make another one? Like, just start from scratch. And so,
Do another
And
one.
thus,
yeah. I brought the
And
two
thus
guys.
here
What
we
that-
are.
inspired you?
we-
What? Cass, I have a
Go
question.
on.
I have a question for you. What inspired you to build a second Based World podcast right next door to the original?
Money!
Yes, sir.
So,
We,
yeah, here we are.
That Patreon money, baby. Oh, it's coming.
All 70 cents of it, baby. Get it out there.
Oh, man.
We're rolling in it. I'm going to take that shit to WrestleMania, bro. I'm going to buy me a sody pop.
I mean, LA Knight pair of sunglasses.
Oh, man, I love it and that.
So, yeah, this is a movie podcast. We're going to be talking about everything we love about movies, TV shows, any specials that you guys want to talk about. But,
Oh, yes.
midpoint of each episode, we also have a little segment we like to call... What?
DDT 7.
DDT7. Where we'll just give a little, well, not a little, but a big section just to talk about pro wrestling, since, you know, it's another aspect of ours, another passion of all of ours that we still want to touch on.
We can't go like either in pod or just in life. We can't go at like maybe 10 minutes without one of us mentioning something that happened in wrestling lately. Whether it's it could be the most a completely innocuous, not even remotely fucking important thing in wrestling. It could be wiping like, hey, you remember like SmackDown 2004 when JBL clotheslined a guy? Like you remember that shit?
Exactly.
Or it could be me like being the only guy who kind of cares about NXT other than the takeover shows now, the pay-per-views.
Think of it as almost like one of those, like almost like not a news show, but one of those like shows that you'd watch where they'd have like the sports section. They talk about sports,
yes,
the entertainment section. It's kind of like that. It's almost like a talk radio type.
Or like ESPN,
like ESPN or like Opie and Anthony.
It's literally just three white men with opinions about popular things that, you know, and I think the three of us were kind of funny, you know.
We got
charisma. We got chemistry in this little triangle here, I think. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you guys.
I think Wyatt's like the Seth Rollins of the group, you know. Wow. So he's like good, but like he's just not.
Who's the Reigns? I guess it's me.
You've got the big brain. I'm
Oh God! Oh no!
Also, I've just been informed that this chair is actually quite wobbly and could break at any moment. So I'm
Hell yeah!
Get a different chair.
That's the spirit.
Yo, chair's here.
Well, during this intermission,
chair is here. There he is, boys.
Yeah, there he is.
I was going in the corner.
So during this intermission, where Wyatt gets a new chair, should mention, it's going to be a bi-weekly thing. I mean, we're going to have different topics every now and then. It's woke. We're going to have different topics every single 2 weeks about movies, whether it's something from the past or something recent we want to talk about, or some of these special categories that we've come up with. I will relay them to you now. We have something we want to call... Go on.
The main thing that, like for this, is that we don't want to be pressured to talk about like a certain movie or this whatever comes to mind, really, whatever we're most passionate about at that time. Like it could be a movie from like years ago, like you said, you know, or it could be what do you think the issue is with certain movies? It could be something like that. Like it's
I feel like the problem with baseball is that we might all
bring a movie to the table.
Yeah, we always try to do something recent in baseball, but with this pod, literally whatever you want to talk about, feel free. That's what this is for.
I agree.
So yeah, like I said,
anyway,
we have a few.
Here's the egg that Vince McMahon took.
Oh no!
Here's the egg that Vince McMahon took.
No. How did you get that?
Austin Theory. Oh no, he's over there.
Get him out of there!
Oh no, Austin Theory.
Dude, oh my god, dude,
never mind.
Dude, you ever think about like Monday Night Raw in November 2021 and die a little inside whenever you think about that shit?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, man, because we'll talk about all that.
Times.
Yes, probably down the line.
It was the bad times.
Okay, so like I was saying, we've got the movie segments that we're going to talk about. We got DDT 7, that's our little wrestling fiasco. But we've also got two special things that we'll swap out every single 2 weeks. We've got What We Got, which means the boys are going to come. We're going to bring a movie.
The boys are going to come?
One movie each. We're going to come. We're going to bring one.
I have come.
We're going to bring one movie to the table, a kind of show and tell kind of thing, where we're going to present a movie that we've seen, recent or old, literally anything, and we're just going to talk about it. And the winner is the person who had the most interesting take on it. So that's the first one.
And
And
where do
we're,
they
also,
win,
and we're gonna. It could be more than just. It could be more than just movies. Like we could do wrestling
Mhm.
1 week. We could do games a week. We could do a TV show, an episode of a TV show
Anything.
that came out or some shit
The
like
best
that.
Simpsons
Whatever we
episode.
decide to do.
Could be that.
Yo,
Like anything you want.
my favorite Simpsons episode is the one where the slow motion one on YouTube where they all get like shot and brutally murdered.
Oh.
You mean the stop motion
Oh.
one? That's like
The
horrible.
Yeah, stop motion
Lee
one,
Hardcastle video. Yeah,
Who
I do
made
know
that? I wanna know
that's
who-
He's a legend.
Who took the time? Who took the time to actually make that?
Lee
I wanna know.
Hardcastle.
Someone actually.
and make it like disturbingly good quality.
Lee
Like, it's,
Hardcastle.
like, how much does Lee
What does he do?
Hardcastle
Why-
think
who-
about like
That's his name.
how much does Lee Hardcastle think about like Bart Simpson's like jawbone?
Well, not just
that I
that,
have
but
to
he
see
also he had the opportunity
Like-
to do like Adult Swim blips as well. They gave him like Rick and Morty
Oh, that
moments,
makes
and
sense, yeah.
yeah, it was cool. But yeah, the other thing that we came up with was called Altercation Station, where we come up with a topic. Could be the best Bruce Willis movie. Could be why, do you guys like this specific actor? Could be something to do with wrestling. Anything. Where we have three
What is
different
the
takes
best
on something.
can of Coca-Cola?
Let's do it right now, really
Come on.
quickly.
Yo, cherry vanilla, baby. That shit go
Incorrect.
crazy.
I'm gonna go crazy
Okay.
here, and I'm just gonna go with regular cherry Coke.
Disgusting.
Mm. What's yours?
Coke Zero is the best Coca-Cola.
Oh, get this
It's
woke
the best
piece
one.
of shit
Get
out
this
of here.
rat fuck! Get this
And
rat
stop,
fuck off my car!
Because we'll spoil it. But that is what it is. It's literally just us shouting at each other for 20 minutes. That's what Altercation Station is. So
Don't you want to hear me and my lovely voice just scream at people at the top
and
of my
Yeah.
we'll be
lungs
putting
and
a poll
destroy them?
on Spotify and in the comments, and you can vote for who you think won the debate when that comes around. But in fact, we'll put one on this one really quickly.
Yeah.
What is the best Coke flavor? Put it down there. Choose now.
Chew.
Yeah.
Well, wait. We're gonna
All right.
fucking
Let me
wait.
know
No,
your
we'll wait. We'll wait.
thoughts.
We'll wait for them to vote.
Yes.
Do it now.
But right now,
No, okay, you got it. You got it. You in the back. Yeah, you in the back.
Trevor.
No, you can't
Tre-
leave. You can't
Trevor.
leave.
You at the
Sir,
barricade?
I need you. Take the ballot. Take the ballot, sir. I need you to.
sir,
Oh God.
sir,
Oh,
sir, you
oh
s-
fuck. He's got a knife. He's got a knife. He's got a
Sir,
knife. He's got a
sir,
knife.
sir, I need to
He
check-
can go. He can leave.
sir, I need to check if you sold yourself.
He has a fucking knife.
Yeah,
I don't know why he has a
I
knife.
am in the UK.
I don't know why
It
he has
makes
a
sense.
knife.
It's fine.
For some
Holy
reason, when you started that, I just pictured you at the barricade. Listen to this. You have no whatever the fuck from Les Mis or whatever.
Anyway, yes, Wyatt. Sorry, continue.
Yes. What was I saying?
You wanted to move on.
Oh yes. So starting off, what are we doing, Cass?
That's a great question. We have an amazing topic for the beginning of this year. It's 2024.
It's almost too good.
We did it!
It's-
We survived!
We made it. We lived.
I mean, yeah, it's 2024.
We made it past April 2nd. We made it past April 2nd, 2023.
past
We're
April
fine
2nd.
now.
Yeah, we did it. So,
No.
we thought, start of the year, we'd have a quick roundup of the last year and what were our top 5 favorite movies of the year. So, we're going to go one by one. I
And
think.
maybe
Something that
mention,
is so
Gone?
original. Doing your favorite movies. of the
nobody
year.
does it.
No one's done this.
Nobody does it. Nobody
Which is
fucking
why-
does it.
We decided to be the first.
We're breaking down
Yeah,
walls
we're the
here.
only- if nobody else listen, we are, like we're kind of critiquing this thing that's in the past. So we're kind of like we're the nostalgia critics, and we're doing it.
And we
so
remember
you
it so you don't
to.
have to.
Oh my god! I just took like 6 years off my life uttering that man's.
You know what's funny,
work.
Simon? You actually look the most like Doug Walker.
Dude. Oh, have I not told you guys that I dressed up as Doug Walker for Halloween once in like 2017?
That's awesome.
Are you actually serious? I was just gonna say you.
I am
should cosplay as-
100.
Oh, fuck.
This was before all the stuff came out about Channel Awesome, and I was a fan of
Who's
his. And I thought
the
he was
guy
funny
from
'cause I was a
Blind
dumb
Wave
child.
that looks like Wyatt?
Oh my god! Shut up. The main guy with the glasses.
What's his name?
I don't know.
I
don't know
can't
the name of
remember.
Blind
I'm trying to
Wave.
compare
Honestly,
all of us to
honestly,
YouTube movie guys.
Wyatt looks like both of the real rejects, like fusion danced into one. When you really think about it,
He is the real reject.
he
I
is
am
the
the real
Reach real Jack.
There he is.
The Reach real act.
Well done.
Mhm.
Proud of
So,
you.
folks, folks, here's how we're gonna do it. Because if you haven't watched Donut Cast's one of his latest streams with him and I, we took a very original idea from Wrestle Talk TV, where we predicted shit. We're gonna do that again, sort of. We each have our lists. I have my letterbox page up at Simon_8217. Plug your letterbox. Plug both your letterbox right now. Plug
Wyatt
that shit right now.
JP. Wyatt J.P. Actually, wait, what is the actual user? Oh, Wyatt_P. Capital P. Thank
And
you.
I promise you, nothing will prepare you for Wyatt's letterbox profile picture because that shit goes absolutely
Nothing.
crazy.
Literally, whatever you think it is,
It's
it's
not
not.
Mine is just Donut
It's not.
Cast, funny enough.
Of course, Donut Cat. Why would it be anything?
Exactly.
Why would you be fucking? No, I'm kidding. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start at 5. All of us. We're all gonna show what movie is our. What the fuck are you
I'm
two
listening.
Are you having like a
Nothing,
secret
nothing.
sign language
I'm listening.
meeting in the corner?
We're pulling a Charles Manson interview where he goes,
No, you're doing the Randy. You're doing the Randy Orton. The fucking yeah.
"Oh yeah,
Yeah!
come on, yeah,
Oh, yeah, the fucking.
just yeah, come on."
Come on, motherfucker, come on!
What
ah!
That's one of the funniest videos ever. It's just Randy Orton talking
Great.
about being a heel. It's like, yeah, I really got to go into that place and just go.
Right.
He starts having his own like little Doug Walker moment. Fucking. So what we're gonna do is we're all gonna start at 5. We're all at the same time going to show what movie we're talking about, and we're each
Okay.
gonna
At the
discuss
Yeah.
same time,
why
we
it's
read
in
off our list.
Okay, so before we do our official top 5, Simon requested that we do some honorable mentions. So if you guys want to list them now, get them out of the way, go for it.
Yeah, that's the good shit right there. I'll go first. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 honorable mentions. Ones that are really close that I want on the list. And they are in order from like number 6 to number 12, essentially.
Okay.
The Holdovers,
Mm-hmm.
John Wick Chapter 4,
That's
Godzilla -1.
okay. Hold on. Those
Yeah.
aren't even. Keep
Yeah,
going.
these are honorable mentions.
Keep going.
So Holdovers, John Wick Chapter 4, Godzilla -1, Talk to Me,
Yeah.
They Clone Tyrone,
Yep.
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest, I think this is gonna shock people. Barbie.
Well.
That's my.
No, I
those are
kind of
my-
get it. I kind of get it.
Only because listen, it's a great movie. It really is, but it really, other than the theater experience, it's not as great when you watch it divorced from the theater experience. But it's still great. It's still a great movie. It's hilarious. But
Mhm.
Alright, what, you got any honorable
What are some of y'all's?
mentions you want to...
Yes, so I got a few honorable mentions here. So first off, we got The Killer, David Fincher, starring Michael Fassbender.
Ooh.
Great little film, really underrated. I feel like film crew has definitely been having a ball with it, but I really liked it. I thought it was amazing. Really interesting type of movie that I wasn't expecting.
bro,
We got Insidious. We got Insidious: The Red Door. I feel like this is the most underrated film of this year, 100%. No one talked
Yeah.
about this, and I feel like it's because it was only made for Insidious fans. So there you go.
Yeah.
I'm like the one Insidious fan that's still kicking. So
Hell yeah.
we got Hunger Games, whatever the fuck it was called, stupid long title, whatever. Really surprised by it. Was not expecting to be that good. Very good. Liked it a lot. Saw X didn't make my list, but I loved it. You already know me. I love Saw. It was a great Saw movie.
yeah, motherfucker.
Great.
He saw it.
Ha!
We got Killers of the Flower Moon. Killers of the Flower Moon.
Sorry.
Great movie,
Sorry.
but not quite a movie I would rewatch again and again. A lot of great scenes though.
Yeah.
And finally, topping off the list, we got just 3 more right here, if that's cool with y'all.
Yep.
Knock at the Cabin. M. Night Shyamalan. Great
Great.
film. Guardians of the Galaxy
Yep.
Volume 3. And small little film. Yeah, I know. I didn't make my top 5. Sorry, man. And the last one was, I classify this as a film. It's 40 minutes, so it's not a long film, but it is The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, directed by Wes Anderson. It is a great.
Okay.
It is part of the little mini series he sort of did on Netflix, where he adapted the couple Roald Dahl books, and it's probably the best Wes Anderson film and probably my favorite. Maybe my favorite. I'm not sure. But it's amazing, and I highly recommend you check it out.
Moonrise Kingdom and Fantastic Mr. Fox, man, that's the shit right there. But all right,
Well,
And I do have
uh,
far more. There are far more movies that I did enjoy this year that I just didn't mention because
same.
I had it's been such a great year for film. It's been such an amazing year for movies.
Mhm.
There's just too many mentioned. So yeah,
I
good.
have
Ninja
only
Turtles
like,
was good.
I only have like 5 movies that I'd straight up call like awful from this year, and like 4 that I just say are bad. Like not even like
forgettable.
So like 9 movies total this year that I really just like actually disliked overall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I only have one
And
honorable
now,
mention. The Super Mario Brothers movie. Because as much as it was like, okay, as much as it was like, hear me out. As much as it was not a great movie, and like it was clearly written by someone who just said, "Let's make a plot for the kids." Like it was the most simple fucking structure ever. But
Do you want to know?
it really
what I
did do
think?
justice to the franchise, and I genuinely think it was a better movie than the first Sonic
Yeah.
movie. That's just me.
Well, the first
don't
Sonic, the
believe-
first Sonic movie.
100%.
I don't believe any human being wrote Super Mario Brothers. I don't
No.
believe any human being wrote
I think they took like a game layout of like the level layout and general plot beats from a basic ass 2D Mario game and said, put that in
Here it
there
is.
and let them improvise for 2 hours.
Mhm.
That was my thought. That's my
Yeah.
thought. But yeah, I clearly have the most. And yeah, my fucking. It hurts to keep some of these movies off, man. Like The Holdovers is like an instant fucking Christmas classic. I think people are gonna grab onto that for years to come. I think
It
John Wick Chapter 4 and Godzilla -1, just both peak action films. And I know I've Godzilla especially. I feel like that's not gonna be the last time I hear it from either of y'all. Talk to Me was one of the most original horror, sharp, like gory, but like also really fucking like shockingly profound and impressively made horror movies I've seen in a very long time, since like best like that and like Barbarian are like my 2 like big ones that I hold up into that status, you know. And They Clone Tyrone was a victim of Barbenheimer, and Mission Impossible was excellent. It just wasn't like, again, it was great in the theater. It didn't really hold up as much for me when I watched it at home, but it was Mission Impossible, so I had a fucking great time with it. That's just me.
Fuck Indiana Jones.
No.
Fuck Indiana
really.
Jones.
Ooh.
Dude,
I
my dad
watched-
was watching that the other day, like a couple weeks ago. I like walked in on like the chase scene in like the beginning, and I'm just like, is this like Polar Express? Like what are you watching? And I'm just like,
Hold
oh
on.
wow. I'm just like watching it they're like real people and everything, but I'm just like, the way they're moving, it doesn't look real. It's very bizarre.
it's
Like the
not
way they're just
great.
running.
My brother and I started Dial of Destiny. We didn't even like hate the opening, but we were just so like
If you remember-
I felt nothing.
If you remember, I was the one person when that trailer came out going, you guys thought that was good, huh? I was the only person. I was the only person.
I was believing in Mangold. Mangold
was like,
hadn't done
look
me
at this
wrong up
shit.
to that point.
would've
James
said, this
Mangold
looks
hadn't
like
done me
shit.
wrong.
was
It isn't that bad. It isn't that bad. It's not good.
It's
But isn't
very,
that
very unimpressive.
100%.
Yeah, and you'd expect more from Indy, and you expect more out of James Mangold.
I would
He's one of the
rather
best
watch-
fucking working directors.
I'd rather watch Crystal Skull because at least it has sauce.
Crystal Skull is fun until like the
Yeah.
second half. The first half of Crystal Skull is all right. The second half of Crystal Skull is when it completely
Yeah.
falls off when they get through the jungle. Is it just awful?
Yeah.
And without further ado, I mean, I think that's it. I think that's our preamble out of the
Okay.
way.
I'm gonna put some wacky
Do it.
little graphic on screen for each number. So ready? Okay. Number 5. Okay.
On 3?
So you got your posters up, boys.
Oh, I got
Yes.
it.
I've got it up.
We got it.
Okay. 1,
Oh.
2, 3. Ooh, brother. Oppenheimer
Yeah.
number
Oh, this is- I think
5.
we're loaded.
Number
What
5.
a loaded round!
Number 5.
Yeah,
This,
you're,
oh my
you're
god, I can
goddamn
already
right.
tell.
Kill
already
him with
tell what's gonna
lasers
happen.
and fire.
This
It's
man,
like,
right.
I love how people see, okay, I saw 36 movies this year, and number 5 out of that is low somehow. I
know,
didn't
but, like,
love it.
Oh, whatever. I'll just look. Let's
Well,
go in
to be
order.
fair, it's just a testament. It's a testament as to how great this year was for film.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, it's testament to how I feel like this year had something for everyone. Like, we have 3 wildly different movies at our number 5 spot.
We're gonna go
we're
in order.
completely-
So, Simon,
Yeah.
won't you talk about Oppenheimer?
I want to make one thing very clear. Oppenheimer, it is easily the best thing Nolan has made since Inception. And I'm not shitting on Interstellar or Dunkirk or Tenet. I enjoyed them. They weren't really I didn't get the same feeling I got when I watched Inception. Oppenheimer was the first time I had it. It has a bunch of the most impressive acting performances of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It is, the cinematography is wordlessly incredible. I think it has this incredible, like, I'm also I've said this before, I'm a sucker for movies with differing timelines. So and the jumping in perspectives and the going from like the past to the present and his trial, and that was and the whole framing of the whole movie around that Einstein scene at the end when Einstein says, "Wally, I'm finished."
Wally, I'm finished.
Wally, I'm finished.
God damn it.
Walk away. Is incredible.
It is pretty good.
I kind of have a similar thing with Oppenheimer, though, that Wyatt said with Killers of the Flower Moon. And I think this matters a lot for this because Killers of the Flower Moon is a half an hour longer. And I feel like I could rewatch Killers of the Flower Moon before I rewatch Oppenheimer. I think just because Oppenheimer is such a dense, it's very like talk based and it's very like visually, like there's a lot of like visual storytelling and a lot of stuff, as well as stuff in the dialogue, and just the way it's edited, it's very dense. And it does, I'm not saying this as a criticism, it does feel 3 hours, but I don't even care that it's 3 hours long. That's how great a movie is. Let me make it clear again, it's an excellent film. It's one of the best of the year. It's just not my favorite. That's my take
That's a
on
fair.
it.
That's
Hey,
a fair
that's
take.
what it's about.
Yeah.
Fair take.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The bad.
Oh boy.
So, John Wick Chapter 4. Man, this came out in March. Gotta say, man, I love these movies. I think they're one of those series that literally gets better with every single installment. Like, looking back,
Yes.
the first John Wick is still good. It's very good. It's very fun. It's rewatchable. But compare it to 2 and 3, and of course, compare it to 4. Not even remotely in the same league as some of those films.
No.
You look at, like, 2 is already great. Like, I do like 2 quite a bit. Might be, I think the ending's amazing, obviously, but I think it might be the weakest. I'd rather watch 1 more. 3 is still probably my favorite because of just how intense that movie is. The opening, it's just cranked to fucking 11, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
And
Hit that
then
horse.
John Wick 4 was just, it literally felt like the epic like conclusion. The way it starts out with John punching the bag and Lawrence Fishburne talking over him and everything. And then like hearing that first punch in theater was just like, oh shit! Like
Feeling
and then-
the floor shake in that fucking theater was like,
unreal.
it's unreal.
And just seeing where that went to, it was such a global film. It was an epic, it felt like. They went to everywhere.
Yeah.
They went everywhere. They're in the desert. They're in fucking Japan. They're everywhere in that film. And you have 3 amazing action sequences with amazing use of color, amazing use of light. Keanu Reeves he really just found this new character and just did not let go. Like, everyone kind of knew him as just Neo, but now literally John Wick is a household name at this point. Like, we have like
John
this
Wick is
big
the greatest-
original... We have this big original action hero again. Like, when's the last time we had that?
Yeah.
You know?
That is true.
Like,
John
and then,
McClane?
of course...
John
John
McClane,
McClane,
maybe?
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
I
then,
didn't even
like I said,
consider
the
that.
ending of the
James
movie-
Bond.
And just to wrap it up, like, the ending, like, the final third act that's, like, almost an hour long, using some of the most amazing choreography, amazing cinematography, just everything. I was just blown away. I couldn't believe, like, this was a film in theaters that I was watching. Like, especially distributed by, like, a major company, too. Like, you'd think, like, seeing all these weird shots, like the Hotline Miami type shit at the end.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I hopefully it'll be the last time we see John Wick.
Oh.
Please, God, don't make 5.
I
Do not
agree
make
with that.
5, please. I'm totally fine. But yes.
Unless John Wick Chapter 5 is like some surreal ass John Wick is in hell trying to find his wife. That's the only shit.
Well, like
that's the only John Wick
Dante's
5 I
Inferno
want. He
him?
starts, Yeah,
It's just
with
Doom.
John Wick.
John Wick's Inferno.
Dude,
John Wick's
where is
Inferno.
Lars von Eric?
That would be crazy.
Where's Lars von Erich?
I don't hate it.
No, Fritz von
We'll
Erich.
get there.
Hmm.
Oh,
Fritz
Yeah.
von Erich. No, yeah, who the fuck is Lars von Erich? Wait a minute.
I don't know. For some reason the name Lars came. Oh no! Oh my god.
Oh man, he already mixed it up. Anyway, so yes, that's John Wick 4 for me.
Hmm.
The Bruv.
Well, I picked Talk to Me. I think this is the most underrated movie of the year. I feel like
Underrated.
Solid
I
shout.
feel like horror has really shined in the last 5 years, and Talk to Me really does put it at like the top for me because, especially because it's directed by two people you'd never expect to create
Raka
something.
Raka, like what?
Like-
You'd never expect Danny and
That's
Mike to be able
awesome.
to make something like
And
this perfect.
Such style.
Yeah.
Such like a unique, like standout style that goes along with the way they've remixed like
Before
their,
you
like, this
continue, I have not
subgenre.
seen it yet. I'm
Oh.
very excited to watch it. Probably gonna get to it this
Dude,
week.
don't.
Refrain from
For
spoilers.
the love of God, he
Dude,
needs to watch that fresh.
I know literally nothing about it. I just know that they play a game or something, and there's a hand, and there's something.
I usually don't like. I usually don't really enjoy when they try and mix the whole like current day, generation of, teenagers and stuff because like I don't think most people get it right, but because it's Danny and Mike, like they get it so perfect.
They know this shit.
Yeah. And the actors they've got in that film is they're flawless. They know exactly what they're doing.
And they've also been on the internet forever too, so like
Yeah.
they know like the culture and
Yeah.
everything. They know how people talk, how
And they're
people
also
interact.
and in terms of like the kids get it, and the fact they're all pretty much like very unknowns. Like
Yeah.
so many of them were like barely in any. Like Sophie Wilde, who was incredible, who plays the lead. She has like maybe 3 or 4 credits to her name, other than Talk to Me, which is incredible.
which I like.
Like that's
it
insane.
gives people that
Yeah.
deserve it the chance to shine instead of just going for the the ones that people would know just to get sales.
Did you
and
hear
everything.
that? Like they had like a huge chunk of their budget cut because this A24 wanted like a more recognizable name to play Mia, but the Raka Raka stood on the
Yeah, they're
ground and
like
said no,
full
we
for it,
want
yeah.
Sophie. And then the movie ended up making a shit ton of money for its budget. So
I won't
good for
spoil
them,
it
honestly.
for Wyatt, but that
Yeah.
ending and like just all the jump scares are perfect. It's just such a tense experience, and you got to see it. I saw it in the cinema, and it was obviously fantastic. But I even watched it at home, and it was still fucking excellent. So
Will I be
definitely
scared?
deserves
last
it.
week?
Will you be
Will I
scared?
be scared to watch?
Ooh,
Maybe at points there'll be like something you
Because-
won't
I
because
don't
expect,
think
but it's more of
'Cause
like
again,
a
the only thing that really-
suspenseful. It's more of like a thriller. Like it's
more
just
like
tense.
it's less okay. This is gonna sound weird. It's less like outright scary. Like it's not like it has imagery that will stick with you, but it's less like scary. Like in the middle of the movie, like you don't want to see it. It's more like it's haunting because like
Right.
when you see the movie and you finish it, you're like, oh well, that was incredibly tense and dark and sad. And then you
Right.
think about it later on, and you're like,
It's
oh,
a lingering film.
Oh yeah,
That's what it is.
That's
oh yeah,
good,
it
that's
sticks
good
with
shit,
you.
yeah.
And some of the fucking, and again, not spoiling, some of the gore imagery in that movie is just
Fantastic.
I was gonna say it didn't
Insane.
really. From the trailers I saw, it didn't look like a very gory movie
Wyatt.
either.
They didn't.
trailer.
They didn't
Oh.
reveal anything.
Oh really?
Like
wow.
like
I
the
like
trailer
barely
show about
watched any of them.
like 2% of the movie. Legit.
We will talk about trailers and movies coming up here very shortly. Believe you me.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
dear.
man.
But all
I
I'm
got
saying,
one thing
all
to
I
say.
say is that these two guys who are literally they're YouTubers who'd expect it to be bad.
Yeah.
The track record of fucking YouTube
Yeah.
movies, but they literally knocked
Shane
it out of the
Dawson.
park, and I'm so glad because I've been watching these dudes for years now, and I'm so glad that they got the chance they deserve to show off their creative
Yeah.
talents.
And they're odds, and like they have the touch that like I saw a bit of fucking Sam Raimi in some of the
Dude,
shit they
they're
did
incredible.
and some of the shots they were using. I saw
Nice.
some of like I the way I described it was I think Talk to Me. It's like Exorcist meets like Evil Dead 2013. If you took those two movies and you put them in a blender,
Yeah.
that's the kind of movie you get. And especially for a genre that was like, I was so over the possession movie genre. I was like, because I felt like there was no more ground to cover and people were just digging it up because they wanted to be The Exorcist. But none of them were as good as The Exorcist, including the actual sequel to The Exorcist that came out this year.
Right.
As I'm recording this. But they breathed life into a seemingly dead, that they possessed the genre of possession and they gave it new life, and that's incredible to me. I don't blame you at all for having it on your list. I could get it up to 5 stars on a rewatch. It's fucking great.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
So, boys, what is your number 4? Fortune
I got my
4.
shit right
Fortune
here.
4.
Fortune 4.
All right.
Fortune 4.
I'm picking my number 4 right now. Okay.
Go.
3, 2, 1. Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. No, I'm gonna hear him out. Because
No, that's
hear
a
me out.
joke.
Listen. I've seen so much talk about Rebel Moon, and like most of it has been
What?
negative. But I checked out a little. No,
Cass,
wait. I checked out a little bit of it. It's not that bad. Okay.
No, it's.
Oh, you
Rebel
fucking
Moon.
trolled me. You fucking dick.
Yeah, that's what I said. I knew he was fucking lying. Oh my god.
Don't make me defend this prick. All right. I was gonna hear him out because I thought it wasn't that
And
bad.
then he completely,
all right?
dude. I'm not gonna lie. This was one of the better Wyatt bits because I was like, "Fuck." He could have watched it over Christmas, and he could have said it was actually that good.
And I could have been waiting for this moment to fucking.
Oh my god.
You're an asshole.
Oh,
Dude, I saw
Dude,
Simon. I saw your face. You literally looked like you had just lost hope. Like you were just like that. That is a man that has just lost
The
everything.
good person in me was like, he's a fucking like. The bad person in me was like, you suck. But like, I was ready to be like, oh, Wyatt, that's it was a unique choice. I was ready to be like, oh, let's hear
I
him out.
appreciate the optimism.
this is what you like to see on the good, the
Fucking-
bad, and the bruv. You like to see such varied opinions.
Fucking asshole. All right, I'm
Yeah.
going first. Fuck you. All right.
No.
I chose
I
John
love
Wick
how it took him
4.
forever to see that. It was
Shut up. I chose John Wick 4 because everything that Wyatt
In
said
your
was
4?
absolutely true. He is our modern day John McClane, and he's literally been a staple character of cinema for the last 10 years, and 10 years, I mean.
Almost 10
Almost
years.
10 years.
Like,
next year.
yeah.
Keanu Reeves, fucking excellent actor, first of all. Like, no one says he's a good actor,
Yeah.
but he shines in this.
I think John Wick is the greatest character he's ever played.
100%.
He's better than
Better than Neo,
Ted,
yeah. I agree.
better than Neo. Better than Neo. Yeah, like
I will
best character
say,
Keanu's ever played. I
I still think 3 is my favorite. That's just me, though.
3's
The
great.
action
3
in
is so
3
good, dude.
is probably some of the best
That's a
action in a movie.
testament.
Like,
That's a testament to these movies,
Yeah.
though, because I still just for the satisfaction I got from the ending of John Wick Chapter 4, it is my favorite. But man, Chapter 3 objectively, like the action at the end of that movie and at the beginning of that movie is
Also,
like,
it's one of
the-
Lawrence Fishburne's most memorable roles. too.
exactly. I was just
As
about
the
to touch
the
on
Bowery
Lawrence
King.
Fishburne. He's
Yeah.
so
Like the fucking
charismatic.
They
like,
didn't
would
just make him-
somebody please get this,
Get this
man.
man
I
a
liked-
gun.
what I liked about the Bowery King was that he had like this. They did kind of have that Morpheus like thing about him, where like, he kind of just sees everything
Right.
for how it is. But he was so different. Like Morpheus is composed and he's so like articulate in the way he talks and he formulates plans. The Bowery King is just a fucking nut. He's a complete
Oh, he's a
lunatic.
lunatic.
Yeah.
And he walks around monologuing like he's Cody Rhodes in the
Yeah.
fucking underground.
I
Like,
I love in 3 when he's encountered by the High Table and he just goes, "I am the throne, baby. I am the Bowery."
Bowery.
Like, I fucking love. And they just
Yeah,
gets cut
action
like
is still fantastic in this one, and
Yeah.
Skarsgård. As much as I still see Pennywise every time I see his face, like
Yeah.
he made this character just as like I reckon it's just as good. Like he's just as iconic, and
Mhm.
in this role, he was fucking fantastic in this.
such a slimy, dislikable, like evil motherfucker.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's almost as evil as the little douchebag son from the first movie. Almost as unlikable as him.
Genuinely
He's this
one of
close.
the best
Yeah.
action movies I've ever seen. Is this one? So
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
That's my
amazing.
number 4.
It's phenomenal.
the bad.
It is the best.
Please talk
Best
about
action
your
movie.
real number 4.
The real number 4. So I heard about this movie actually through that shitty like Netflix like trailer thing. Like, oh, here's the movies we got coming out. And I'm just like, oh, these all look shit. Wow.
One of those Disney ones. Like,
Um,
all the magic.
yeah, it's just, it looks like awful.
Marvel Zombies coming to
But
theaters.
then, like, I saw, like, I didn't. Shut the fuck up. I saw like a little bit of like a tease for like they clone Tyrone. I'm like, oh, it's interesting.
Mhm.
I'm sure it'll be like fine, probably. And then like the reviews came out, and then Simon was the one who saw it, and he said like, holy shit, that was amazing. So
Mhm.
I watched
Yep.
it, and fuck, man, this was something else. This had everything that I look for in movies. This had unique cinematography, a banging script, some great acting, a great cast. Actually, I mean, you got John Boyega,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is probably some of the best work that he's ever done, next to maybe Ray.
And Django. And
of course,
Django.
He
Django.
really was like
And Django,
in this
yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And very interesting actor shows up that I won't spoil because I was just fucking floored by that. I was like,
Oh.
okay, best performance that
Don't
actor's
say
ever given as
anything.
well. I won't say anything.
Oh, you can't say shit about this
No,
movie,
it-
man,
dude,
because
exactly,
the trailer
that's the
gives
thing.
away
I'm-
so
yeah.
much,
Dude, so I didn't watch the trailer before we watched this movie for good reason because like I don't need to. Like it's a good cast, John Boyega, Jamie Foxx. And then I watched the trailer afterwards and I'm like, they show twist after twist after twist after like they show the whole ending. I was like, what? The last like 5 minutes they show. Like everything. I'm like, what? Like who
More
cares?
dumb.
Like who would care anymore?
Massive,
I mean, yeah,
massive
obviously
lore
already
dump.
say,
this
like-
is such a secretive, unique project. Why the fuck would you give everything away about it? Like, it doesn't even make sense.
So bizarre, man. It was but no, Jewel Taylor, who directed this film, this person also wrote Space Jam. The new Space Jam? Is that what this person wrote?
Oh yeah, I forgot. He
Yeah.
wrote that shit. Oh
This guy
my
wrote
God.
Space Jam, The New Legacy, or whatever the fuck. But to be honest, no one actually wrote that movie, let's be honest.
No, yeah, it's
so this was a-
ChatGPT.
This was just an amazing film. It's hilarious. It's got a great mystery, and it's got a lot to say as well about certain things.
Yep.
So, highly recommend They Clone Tyrone. Definitely check it out.
Yep. Broke my heart that it wasn't higher on my list because there was just so much good shit.
Yeah.
Because it really did get lost in the Barbenheimer. Because it came, folks, if you don't know, it came out the same weekend as Barbenheimer. It was released on the exact same day on Netflix. So
Yep.
it was doomed. It was doomed. It wasn't gonna
Yep.
get it. It wasn't gonna get any fucking positive, like really big traction, even though it's well received.
Oh, and also,
wanna
if
talk
you watched, wait,
Oh.
real quick, just one more thing about They Clone Tyrone. If you watched The Marvels or WandaVision and thought, man, Monica Rambeau sucks, watch that actress in this. She is so much cooler.
Oh, yeah,
in the other
one-
movies
Taylor
than
Paris.
the
Taylor
MCU.
Parrott, yeah,
Yes.
she's great.
Yes,
She's so
phenomenal.
much better.
Yeah, amazing.
Okay,
Man,
then
anyway.
good. Number
You want to
4.
talk about good? You want to talk about good Marvel things? And you want to talk about good endings? Whoo! I distinctly remember in 2014 when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, first one in the theater for the first time, and I don't really have much substantial evidence to back this up or a certain experience, but I feel like that was the first time I was like, I want to make a movie. Was the opening to that movie where Star-Lord is walking on the planet and they kick up, "Come and get your love," and I remember being like transfixed. I feel like I did when I watched, and this was before I was even a big Marvel head and before I fell off of Marvel as well. You get to Guardians of the Galaxy 2, one of my it's my favorite MCU movie. It's the only MCU movie that makes me cry at the ending every single time until Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I was a mess at the end of this movie, and I know that objectively talking, this movie doesn't really work unless you're hooked up to the fucking the bigger machine of the MCU, given certain characters' fates. I know that it doesn't necessarily have the best action of the year. I know that it's still, just from a production standpoint, it's part of a machine at this point, but I don't care because James Gunn got to tell his story, the story of these characters that he clearly loves and
After
he
being
cares
fired.
about. After nearly having it taken
That's
away
very
from
true.
him for something so fucking frivolous and stupid. And I think this movie has such incredible themes about like the whole Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy is just this beautiful story about acceptance and like people found family, and I'm a sucker for fucking found family. I love that shit. And on top of that, I just think in terms of like wacky, crazy concepts, this is the wildest, the strangest MC, like Doctor Strange himself That motherfucker ain't as strange as some of the stuff they do in this movie, and it's way more interesting for that. I think this is one of the best casts ever assembled for a major franchise, and they delivered their best performances in that franchise, particularly Chris Pratt and Bradley Cooper. I think are both incredible in this. Shakwudi Iwuji as the High Evolutionary, one of the greatest MCU villains of all time, but I guess he yells too much, right? So I can see it on Wyatt's face. That motherfucker wants to be Doug Walker.
Do you want
to?
Can you mention what Doug fucking Walker said about the villain arc?
I was watching. So I watched Nostalgia Critics Disney December stuff because I actually kind of like those videos. I don't know. And I wanted to see his review of Guardians 3 because he loved Guardians 2 so much. And he said, yep, I'm the one guy that didn't like this movie. I thought that it was so melodramatic, and everyone was just yelling, and it just felt so forced and bad. And the main villain sucks. Look at him.
Dude, that voice is so good.
That was really good. I didn't even expect
so melodramatic.
It was so melodramatic. I didn't even know what was going on. I think that's the perfect.
Fucking. Come back with the melodrama, or don't come back at all.
He really said there's too much yelling when he's angry in a scene. I was like,
that's his whole bit. His whole bit is yelling.
Yeah,
anyway. You ever seen that meme of Homer Simpson when he goes, "Kids, go in the other room." That's the emotion he was looking for. And it's just doesn't make any sense.
Sorry, fucking guys. I got attacked by a feral wombat named Zane. Anyways, Guardians of the Galaxy fucking Volume 3. Great movie. Moving on.
Wow. Okay. That's okay. Don't worry about it as long as you're not dead. Number 3. Boys. Oh wait, sorry. Number 3. No. Get it up. That's what my girlfriend says to me.
Very funny.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Are we ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah! We did it! Come on!
Holy shit!
That's crazy.
Damn. Okay, number 3? That ain't even number 2?
You didn't even put Oppenheimer on your fucking... You put Oppenheimer at 5. I don't want to hear it. Okay? God damn it. Right. Yes. Spider-Man. Wyatt, you can go first this time.
Y'all both
I love Spider-Man.
Go off.
I love Spider-Man. Yep. I love him so much. I saw Spider-Man the first one in theaters when I was a wee boy. I love Spider-Man in animation also. I love I'm one of the few people that love the MTV Spider-Man series that lasted 1 season. I love Spectacular.
God.
I think Spider-Man almost belongs in animation after seeing this film. I loved Into the Spider-Verse. That was brilliant. This one, a lot of people say it suffers from the whole part 2 thing or part 1 bullshit. I disagree. I think there's a cliffhanger, obviously, but it wraps up a lot of things still. This was just an amazing testament to how good animation can be. Unfortunately, it's also a testament as to how to not treat your animators. Very sad.
They kind of go, bad handshake.
Yeah, it's But we got an amazing film out of this. Some amazing storylines. Really good. Really, really good. Character stuff in this specifically. A lot of stuff that kind of you weren't expecting. I wasn't expecting them to go do what they did to the other Spider people, like Peter B. Parker and Gwen. I thought that whole reveal and everything of what was actually going on was very well done. Oscar Isaac was great as Miguel as well, and I can't wait to see what they do with the third one. There's really nothing else to say. It's just, I love it. I love Spider-Man animation. I think it's so much better than live action. So much better, and I want to see more animated Spider-Man stuff like this in the future. Not like this style, but just unique animated stuff in the future with Spider-Man.
Yes.
So,
and we can let Donut Man.
I'm just gonna relay everything that he just said. So just
exactly. Yeah.
Also, I was looking at a lot of opinions on Spider-Verse, and the best thing that I got from pretty much everyone is that multiverse has pretty much taken over this year. There has been so much concepts of multiverse recently. Even They Clone Tyrone is a multiverse movie, which is hilarious, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Kinda. So kinda. So they're just the idea of like mixing characters from different universes. Like it happened so much this year and even last year. So
Yeah.
Right.
like for this movie to do that, but not only give not every character, but like most of the characters enough screen time and charisma, and like just not really hone in on the fact that it's multiverse, but it still has an incredible story underneath all of that. Like,
Yeah.
they're treating the multiverse as the icing on the cake and not trying to make the whole cake icing. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, that's what I love about this movie. They didn't hone in on it or make it the entire plot or just make it a point and clap movie.
Well,
it was a
it's
point and
obviously
clap movie.
It's an
but
integral. It's an integral backdrop to the story, but the story comes first.
It's like 20% of how good the story is, which is perfect. Literally perfect.
The rest of the movie is built on. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything because spoiler alert, you're gonna see it later.
It's literally the best animated movie of the year, and you should see it if you haven't seen it. Have you not seen it? Why wouldn't you have seen
and
it?
It's the greatest, also the greatest Spider-Man movie of all time. But there's that too.
Oh yeah.
Well, but my number 3.
Yeah.
Now for something completely different. Killers of the Flower Moon. You know, I think it's very fitting that Marty ended up next to the 2 Marvel movies. I think that's incredibly fitting for the. For
no.
thing.
He would like Spider-Verse, I think.
Oh yes, absolutely. But still, I have to give it credit because I was at a point with Scorsese, kind of similar to Nolan, where I was still enjoying everything he made, but I wasn't as I hadn't really felt impacted by it since Wolf of Wall Street. And I did kind of have that thing where I was like, it feels like there's a good chunk of his movies that follow a similar formula that you are gonna know, that you recognize. If you're a fan of Scorsese, then you know generally what you're getting into for a Scorsese movie every single time. Yep. I love this movie so much because it has so much of it has Scorsese's quirks, but he uses them in such unique ways to tell a much darker, a much more thematically relevant and fucking powerful story about greed and about fucking family as well. I'm big on family shit if you can't tell. And it's also just bolstered by the way they capture the setting and the way they relate. Like they just colors in that setting and in the town are just so incredible. Like the oil, like the kind of matchups, like the oil that is found on the land to like the blood of these people who were systematically picked off. And it doesn't feel too long. It doesn't feel pretentious. It even has like these weird, bizarre moments of like dark humor that really stick out. And on top of it, it's Scorsese, so you know he's going to get great performances. It's Leonardo DiCaprio at his most goblin mode. I think this is a contender for Robert De Niro's greatest performance of his entire career.
Maybe.
I'm genuinely serious. He made me feel physically ill whenever he was on screen. Just the things he was saying and doing,
was an
and the way evil,
especially that one scene where he goes.
Oh yeah, he really puts a smacking on somebody. That's all. It's pretty good. He likes playing paddle. He's the paddleball champion, as SpongeBob likes to say.
Like you like that episode of Drake and Josh where they're playing ping pong, like the it's like that. Yeah, it's like that.
Exactly.
And on top of that, I just think the ending to this movie is one of the most brilliant meta, but also like really powerful and impactful endings to a movie I think I've seen in my entire life. It's one of the greatest it's one of the greatest bows you could ever put on a movie because it takes like the classic, the Scorsese, like where are they now? Like what happened to them after this? Exactly. And it inverts it in such a cleverly like gut punch of a way, but also like a way that feels very earnest and heartfelt. And it's the ending of this movie that puts it like even I'd probably have it decently lower because it is dense. I find it a bit more rewatchable than Oppenheimer personally, but I wouldn't have it this high if it didn't leave me like completely dumbfounded.
Yeah.
At the end of it, and I loved it. I think it was excellent, and I think we are lucky that Martin Scorsese is still alive because he's telling some of the most powerful stories in cinema, and I think that's very important to me.
Yeah,
fair
100%.
enough. All right.
Yeah. Like I said, I enjoyed the movie, but it wasn't one of my favorites. I loved it. Obviously, I mean, I didn't love it. I said it's a well-made film, but it just didn't do as much for me. Like how you felt about Oppenheimer is how I felt about it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I agree with Wyatt on that one.
I catch that.
I can tell why people like it, but it wasn't a personal favorite. These are personal.
I can tell why people like it too.
Your opinion has to factor into it. It can't just be the most successful movie, you know. Otherwise, it's not your list. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
we're moving on to number 2. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I've got my
All
my
right.
number 2.
All right. Let's
Are
see
you
if we can
ready
guess the
to-
same one again.
3, 2,
Here we go.
1.
1.
Oh my god!
No
Holy
fucking
shit.
way!
Oh my god, that means they have
No.
the same. That means you both have the same number 100%
This
too.
piece of shit. This piece
Oh
of
my
shit.
god, that's incredible.
Okay, look,
I'm
fuck it.
fine.
Let's just say it, man. Godzilla -1 came out of fucking complete nowhere. I was
As I
not
like to
expecting
call
to
it,
love this
it
as
Puss
much.
in Boots 2'd its way to my list.
Yes,
Because
yes.
no
yeah,
one
that's actually-
cared,
I mean,
and no
Shit,
one
that's,
knew,
That's real as fuck.
and then they just
obviously-
blows you away.
obviously, Godzilla was. Obviously, it was. I think it's the anniversary, right? That's why, because I think it's like the.
Yes.
It's like the 70th.
I think 80th anniversary.
Jesus.
No, not 80th. No, it was 50. It was 53. So it.
It's
couldn't have
been a long time. That's all you need to
Godzilla's
know.
been a
been
long
doing a
time.
lot of shit.
That's all you need to know. It's been a long time.
Holy shit, man! Like I said, this came out of nowhere. I mean, come on, it's sort of a follow up to Shin Godzilla, which was very good.
Mhm.
Wasn't as like big as this one was because this one was literally playing in American theaters. Was only supposed to play for like a week. Ended up playing for 3 weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
Completely just blew me out of the water. This was on like a $10 million budget, I believe, was the final like thing.
Which is insanity.
And it looks
when you look at
better
how it
than
looks.
any movie I've seen in the past decade, I feel. Other than maybe like
Yeah.
Avatar. Godzilla was fucking... It looked like a real thing. Any scene with them in the water, when he's just chasing the boat down. The music was amazing. It was simple. It had like 3 tracks, I think, throughout the whole movie. And the characters were incredible. This got everything that they've been trying to do for Godzilla for years. It got great Godzilla, great story, great effects. It literally checked every
Genuinely
box
one
that
of the
Godzilla
best.
should do.
Genuinely one of the best incarnations of Godzilla.
One of the best blockbusters ever made, I think. It is phenomenal.
And so,
The
it's something
acting
rare
is just-
about these big kaiju movies that they don't really do well
Mhm.
is that they make you care about the humans.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like
this
something in
felt like
Godzilla
a
vs
tragedy.
Kong, I didn't give a fuck about them. It was just they did
Oh.
too many comedy bits and stuff. Like
Yeah,
what was his?
exactly.
I don't remember his name. I feel bad. but-
Koichi.
Right,
That's
Yep.
the character.
one of the most interesting and motivated characters of the whole fucking year.
And dialogue too, some amazing lines in the film.
Incredible.
A really great message about the human, message about the human spirit in general. Like kind of doing things yourself without the government and everything. It has that very much that anti-war message, that that environmental message as well as in there. It almost feels like, in a sense, like a remake of the original Godzilla. Almost, it has that vibe. Yeah,
It feels the
it's-
closest to capturing the terror and the scale since
true
the original.
terror,
thing.
yeah.
And I'd argue the 2014 movie did to a point. Like there was I'm not
Yep.
saying it's as good as this, but the 2014 movie did capture that to a certain level, just in terms of the scale
Absolutely,
of Godzilla.
yeah.
But
and,
yeah.
and I'm not even gonna shit talk like any of the American Godzilla movies because, I wasn't like the biggest fan of Godzilla vs Kong. Wasn't a big fan of King of the Monsters. I like 2014 Godzilla a bit. I like Monarch. I like Kong Skull Island. Honestly, I like that we have 2 different versions of Godzilla at the moment that are going on. I think they're cool. It's something for everyone, I think Godzilla X Kong looks like the most fuck shit insane movie of all time, and I can't wait for it. It looks like they're just ripping the Band-Aid off. It looks like they're just ripping the Band-Aid off and just going full anime with it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's do that. We got serious
Motherfuckers got
Godzilla, we got
gauntlet.
goofy Godzilla.
Absolutely.
Is that it for you guys?
Alright.
You guys
I think you pretty much ticked all the boxes. Like it wasn't something I expected to enjoy, and now I'm probably a much bigger Godzilla fan than I was. So that's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
So am I.
Simon.
I want to make it clear again. It was excellent. I absolutely loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I've also only seen it once. I've seen a lot of these movies multiple times, most of them. I feel like I need to watch it again before I really solidify whether or not I believe it to be like that. It doesn't change the fact that as an experience in the theater, it was a fucking unbelievable watch in IMAX, and I loved it, and I loved it, and it's up there for a reason. It's just not in my top 5. I had other movies that hit me more emotionally, like say The Iron Claw, director Sean Durkin. this could very well be recency bias. This could very well change over time on a rewatch as well. It doesn't change the fact that like I am biased as a wrestling fan, and I find the story of the Von Erichs so fascinatingly tragic. In a different way to like, we've had tragedies in wrestling, like the Benoit tragedy and stuff like, and what happened to Owen Hart and even like Brody Lee and
in
stuff
that
like
sense,
that.
you're kind of like, I don't want them to make a movie about that stuff.
Well, no, I don't want them to make a movie about Chris
But like,
Benoit. No,
I'm glad
no.
that they granted the access for this one because
This
someone's going to go
is a
into
story.
it.
This isn't a story about bad people, other than one. This
It's
is a story about
unfortunate.
good people trying to live and thrive under the boot of a father who didn't understand them and tried to turn all of his children into him by proxy. And there are issues with this movie. They removed Chris Von Erich, and I understand why they did it because the movie's already 2 hours 10 minutes. It's already very heavy. I think that there are aspects of it that are a little rushed near the end. It doesn't change the fact that while I was watching this movie, both as a wrestling fan, as just a movie fan, as a brother, especially, this was just one of the most captivating movies I've seen in a very, very long time. And a lot of that comes down to the performances. Like, dude, I'm going to say something, and I know people aren't going to agree with me. And I'm not saying necessarily that this should happen, but I think Zac Efron is the best performance of the year. And I think he should at least get nominated. And I just, there's so much behind his eyes. Like, he's this big he's this tank of a person, but he's so like fragile mentally, clearly. And he has like this like protector nature about him. He's like a big fucking dog, like he's like a big guard dog for you. But he plays that so well, in the pathos of that. Holt McCallany as Fritz Von Erich is just fucking despicable, horrible person. But he plays him with such conviction, like he commands the screen. And I think this movie, I think that's all the cats. Like Jeremy Allen White, I don't need to say Jeremy Allen White's good. Jeremy Allen White. If he's in a movie, he's good.
Same thing with Lily James. We love the bear.
We love the bear. We love seasons 1 through 4 of Shameless. We love seasons 1 through 4 of Shameless.
You're right.
I don't need it.
We love only the final season.
No. Ooh. We know Maura Tierney is going to be good. Lily James is going to be good. I think Harris Dickinson is a professional wrestler in another life. That man has so much natural charisma. And Stanley Simons, who hasn't been in really anything lately, with this incredible breakout role with this like very nuanced take on this like socially awkward of the brothers, the most socially awkward one. This movie also just treats the wrestling business with such respect, but also in a very like bittersweet kind of way, like the pain that it caused so many people and the damage that the business itself wrought on the Von Erich family.
Not at all.
It's not. That's the thing. This movie, bizarrely enough, though, despite how sad it is, and despite how hard it is to watch, particularly the third act, and how much it destroyed me in the theater watching it. It ends on this bizarrely but like optimistic note, almost in a really powerful sense. And they do it taking one of the most infamous. I'm not going to spoil it because I don't want to spoil it, but there's a line in Dark Side of the Ring that Kevin Von Erich says that they took and they reapplied into this movie in a completely different context. And when I heard it, it just flooded my eyes.
Yeah,
I was so excited. I was so excited for this movie ever since it was announced, and I was worried that it was gonna come off like a stereotypical biopic. And in certain ways, it has the montage, it has like the rise and then the fall. But what sets this movie apart, in my opinion, is just how sheer the drop is and how oddly, like gracefully but also brutally they present it, and then have the decency to present these folks as they were just kind of lost broken people at the end of the day. And they presented that in such an incredible way. And it's one of the most powerful watches I've ever had with my family. And it was excellent. I think the Iron Claw is the best. It's not The Wrestler, but it's pretty close. And that's saying something.
Well, fair enough.
I've tried to get to see it. It's not playing near me, unfortunately, just yet. I don't fully do my official top 10 until like January, just because it gives you time to catch up and everything.
And,
but I'm
and
pretty
also the
solid
fact
on
that
seeing
recency bias needs to like die down.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course,
'Cause it is real.
Exactly. But no, I'm very excited to watch this film now. I love
Hmm.
Zac Efron. I've been championing that man forever because I think he's one of the better young. Well, he's not young anymore. He's one of the better actors. I feel like he hasn't broken out yet, but I feel like he should have years ago.
And this
he's just
this
in a
should
lot of
be
really
this should
dumb
be it.
movies.
This should
Yeah,
be it.
This is
exactly.
the start of
this
something
is
great for him, 100%.
Yeah,
I hope so.
it better be. Honest to God, if he doesn't win the Oscar for this, this should be the thing that leads it to happening down the line. Like,
And
It's
same with
fucking
Jeremy
insane.
Allen White. I mean, he's got The Bear right now, which is one of the best shows on TV, and
Yep.
hopefully he can finally break into action as well, or not action, movies as well.
yep,
But yeah, definitely want to see it. So yeah,
yes.
Okay.
now
Now,
Well, the Pioneer Punishment Strap #1.
number one.
If you'd like to get up, your
Golly
number
gee, I
one.
wonder what everyone's number one's gonna be.
All right, here we go.
here we go.
Sorry,
You guys
Simon.
ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
You got goofed, idiot!
Nah,
You got
what the
goofed! You got goofed! Take that shit off
I've
the
been
screen,
double
Wyatt.
trolled. I can't do
No,
it. I
Take
can't
that shit
that's
off the
actually really
screen.
funny. No, obviously the
I'm-
real one. You know it for a fact. I've been saying it the whole time. It's Op,
Yeah.
baby. We love Op. We love Op. We love Op.
I knew Simon's was gonna be Spider-Verse, but I didn't know you were gonna pick Oppenheimer. That's crazy.
I thought Cass was gonna
Yeah.
pick Oppenheimer because of the way he
No,
was
I
talking
trolled you
about
the
it.
entire time. I didn't even put Oppenheimer on the list.
I was really wondering. I'm like, if this man just took my top 3 and just said that's his as well, I'd be like,
I have the exact same
Like,
opinion
that'd be-
as Simon. Like, I get why people think it's movie of the
Yeah.
year, but I didn't
So-
personally click with it. You know.
Well, I want to
for
clarify.
me-
I
I'm sorry.
did click with it. It's just not my favorite.
It's gonna be
That-
like
that's
7
my-
or 8 for me. You know. It's obviously up there, but
I mean,
Iron
oh
Claw.
dear, oh dear.
I'm gonna get this out of the way because Simon did just talk about it for 10
Go
minutes,
ahead,
but
go ahead.
literally
Go ahead.
the fact that we are wrestling fans gives this such a big boost, and the fact that there is a movie like this in terms of pro wrestling, like it's like The Wrestler, you know, Mickey Rourke. Like, I'm glad that I
Yeah.
can put
Oh
that
yeah,
in
one of my favorites.
the category of like proving why this industry is literally shit sometimes.
Yeah,
Yes.
And
Exactly.
you're right. Every single actor in it is flawless, and Zac Efron should absolutely get the Oscar for it. And if he doesn't, it's over for them, 100%.
Yeah, it's completely Jover.
Also, the MGF cameo was cute. There you go.
You mean the 6 seconds of
Yeah.
screen time that he has?
Yeah.
Does he have any
Cute.
lines?
No.
No. He doesn't even talk. He literally doesn't even. I don't know why they made such a big deal about him because he's in one shot and you see his face once.
It's the
Well, I
equivalent
think it's
of
mainly
like
just because he's a
Cesaro
producer
in
on
the Wrestler. He's there for a few seconds, and you're like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
you're like DiCaprio, like you're like that. That's it. So yeah, Wrestler's my
No.
favorite. The Wrestler.
The
Iron
Wrestler,
Claw
my
is
favorite
my
movie.
favorite movie of the year. It
my
was
favorite movie of
flawless.
2023, Mickey Rourke the Wrestler.
It is. It was
Yeah.
literally the emotion I
Wrestler.
got from watching Guardians, but like times 5. Like seeing that betrayed on the screen was brilliant, and like Simon said, yes, it's a great portrayal
Yes.
of what a catastrophic event that family was going for.
Most very nuanced take on professional wrestling,
Exactly.
which I very much liked. Yeah.
All right. Well, Wyatt, why'd you like Oppenheimer?
So I saw Oppenheimer. Actually, it's funny how I saw it. My work, so my job, we got rained out of my job one day, and I'm like, I got like 30 minutes before Oppenheimer starts at the theater. I might as well, not waste the day. Why not? I'll go to the theater.
Okay.
So I went and saw it, and yeah, holy shit. I've never seen a 3-hour film that went by like a fucking like that. Like maybe the closest is probably the Batman, maybe, but even still, it's got
Yeah.
its like. moments.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, holy shit! I was already excited for this movie because obviously Christopher Nolan, and it was a very interesting story that I don't feel like has been explored a lot with the atomic bomb and just kind of like that sort of the end of World War II leading into the Cold War. Especially Cillian Murphy as well, finally getting like a big leading role in a film
Mhm.
like this. Yeah, it was just. Again, it's almost like no words, Like I was blown
Yeah.
away by the
No more
performances,
words.
blown away by
Jeff Hardy.
the pacing. Everyone made a big deal about like the big like the Trinity scene, like the explosion, I thought it was
Yes.
great, but it still was not my favorite part of the film by any means. I was more interested in the dialogue, the banter. It almost felt to me like The Social Network or Whiplash, even in terms of how the screenplay was. It was like beat
Social
for beat. It was like an
Network's-
action movie with words.
Hmm.
Social Network's a good comparison. I never really thought of it. I didn't even think about it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
actually a really fucking good comparison for Oppenheimer. The more I think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, no,
I
like I said,
totally
like the
agree with
dialogue, the banter back and forth. Those were like the big set pieces. The stuff with Strauss, Robert Downey Jr.'s role in the film. Alden Ehrenreich was also really good. What's his name? Josh Hartnett, who we haven't seen since like Sin City, was phenomenal in
Since
this.
the Santa
As his,
Claus
like, little-
2.
Yeah,
That's
as a
crazy.
Santa Claus. Wait, what? Oh
The
yeah,
Santa-
oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
David
Bernard,
Krumholtz
bro.
was
You
in
don't,
this.
you don't remember
Yeah.
Bernard?
Oh, no.
Best
No, dude,
character in-
David, yeah, dude, David Krumholtz, as fucking, I forget his character's name in this film, but yeah, Bernard the Elf. Seeing him show up, I was like, wait, that's him? No way. And yeah, he was phenomenal in this. Like everyone was great. Emily Blunt, Forrest. Again, you could just list everyone's in this movie. They're amazing. The whole third act is phenomenal. The ending, I was left with just a bone chill. Like afterward, I was just like, the credits rolled. And I'm like I'm literally like the fucking what's his name from Smiling Friends when he's like when Pip's just like that in
It's
the
like
first episode.
me and the
Like,
boys driving home from Oppenheimer. It's like Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong on the
Yeah,
little
Donkey
Yeah,
Kong,
oh my
exactly.
God.
That's what it was. And I saw this a second time with I took my family to see it. On around 2. I went to see this movie a second time in theaters, and it held up almost better. Like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that I was enjoying this film. This 3-hour biographical like epic, and it went by like that both times. Incredible. It's Nolan's best film easily, probably next to maybe like
Ooh.
I don't know, Interstellar, Dark
Inception,
Knight,
The Dark
maybe.
Knight, Inception.
Ooh.
I think Inception's a little.
Oh,
overrated. It's good. It's good. I like it. I like all his movies. I like all his movies. The ones I've seen. I will go and give Interstellar another watch because I'm sure that'll probably shoot up to my favorites, maybe.
Hmm.
But yeah, Nolan's definitely. I can't wait to see what he does next. I'd like to see him dabble more into sci-fi bullshit again. But whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be great. So that's my number one. My number one.
And
Good number one.
Simon, go ahead.
You all knew. You fucking.
Yeah, we
you
all
fucking
knew.
Yeah,
But-
I knew
But
before
you know,
we started.
I like real films, so you know. joking.
Yeah. I like real ways to shoot you in Minecraft.
No deference.
So Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania was a great
Yeah.
film. I loved it so much.
No.
Hold your
My number
horse.
one, boys. Woo!
Die.
Spy Kids 3D. Fucking Spy Kids 3D over there.
Did you just do the CDI Zelda fucking die?
Die.
Right,
You
go
know,
on.
die.
Real number one, boys. Resident
Shut
Evil
up.
Dead
Oh
Island.
my
by
God.
Stop
Bethesda.
talking. Keep going.
I have again, if you haven't picked up on this fucking list, I'm very sentimental about movies that have a connection with me. And the first Spider-Verse movie just has a very strong connection with me. It embodies and I don't think there's a better movie that embodies a character from an existing franchise and what that character represents and its mythos than that first Spider-Man.
I was
than
literally
that
about to
first
say your
Spider-Verse movie.
favorite movie is the first Spider-Verse.
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Of course it's
Yeah,
gonna be
and
this.
I went into this despite the fact that I was so incredibly excited for it and they had taken their time to make it, despite the fact that in the weeks leading up to the film's release, it was getting such unbelievably positive reviews and people saying it was like as good, if not better. I went in with checked expectations because I didn't want to go in hyped out of my mind and I didn't want to walk out feeling like I was underwhelmed.
Yep.
I walked out of the theater more than like I felt like I said this when I walked out, half joking. I feel like I just seen color for the first time when this movie movie fucking ended.
It's one of the most visually stunning animated films.
It is
I think
one of the greatest. It is one of the greatest sequels ever made, and it has such incredible like this deconstruction of the Spider-Man mythos, but also it's like this love letter to it at the same time. And it
And
carries
could have
on
been
the
shit,
themes of
too.
this could have been a complete disaster. It could have been, they're spinning so many plates, especially in the second half of this movie. This whole thing could have come crumbling down. And there's a chance, however slim at this point, that this all might come crumbling down in the third movie. I don't think it will, but you never fucking know. Then this movie has oh my
They're
This
going
movie
to
had-
die.
they're coming directly off of a fucking cliffhanger too. Then they had the balls to end this movie on the most clear cut cliffhanger in a movie I've seen in years, other than Fast X.
Well, Fast X.
Other than fucking Fast
The most
X.
dumbest ending of any movie ever. Holy shit.
Oh my god. What's so incredible with this movie though is that despite the fact that when you look at it objectively, sure, is it a part of a complete story? Maybe not. It tells the most complete story it possibly can, given its themes and its characters. It takes every character in an interesting way. The animation it is the best animation I've ever seen in a film. It is a technical achievement on the scale of James Cameron and Avatar, in my opinion. Just for pure visual storytelling and unique ways to tell a similar scene and story through very different characters and different animation styles. The action is the great. The Spider-Verse movies have the best action in any comic book movie because it truly feels like a comic book come to life. I know that's like a cliche thing to say about it. And on top of that, it was just an incredible experience that I got to share. And I also give it points because my brother, famously, I've told my friends this, he thinks the first Spider-Verse movie is meh. He thinks it's only like okay. He walked out of this movie when we first saw it at this point in the year, and he said, that's the best movie I've seen all year. And if this movie can win over the non-believers in the Spider-Verse genre, imagine what it did for somebody like me who loves it as much as I do. I love this movie. I love these movies. They are why these movies make me happy to be so big into cinema. It makes me happy that I decided to pursue it as my career. They are such creative inspirations for so many people. And I understand. I am not at all trying to condone the way that the animators were treated or the way the production schedule was, because it's awful and it's really
I completely forgot about all that.
It's a complete mess. And I considered not giving it number one for that reason when I really thought about it.
No.
I can't, but if I'm really I cannot deny the emotional impact the movie had on me. I can't. And I'm not trying to belittle the struggles of everybody. I'm really not. But I just have a very strong connection to the movie itself. And
you are.
I'm sorry. I was just about to say, why? Was this even on your list?
Yeah, it was
number 3.
Oh, okay. I completely
we had it number 3,
Yeah,
remember?
you're right. We matched. You're right.
Jesus.
You guys matched twice in a row.
Yeah.
But nah. And this also marks the first time in years where my most anticipated movie of the year actually ended up being my favorite movie of the year, because usually another movie will come out of nowhere and completely knock my 2022 it was Nope. I thought the Batman was my most anticipated movie of the year, and then Nope came along and completely knocked it off. 2019 my most anticipated was Endgame, because that's back when I was an MCU fan. But then fucking 1917 came in literally at the last second and knocked it off the pedestal. 2018 2018 was Infinity War, and then the first Spider-Verse beat that. So it's happened many, many times. This is first time where a movie is truly fully to its full potential lived up to its hype for me, and it's unlike any experience I've ever had in the movie theater. Best movie of the year, in my opinion. My favorite movie of the year.
Okay. I'm actually glad that all of our ones are different. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I really thought y'all were about to double Oppenheimer. I was gonna get
that is fucking hilarious. I should have done that.
I was gonna get big I was gonna get Oppenheimered.
Yeah, no. Thank you for that. That was pretty cool. Actually, I don't even think I've talked to you boys about your top 5s of the year. So that's pretty cool.
No. We all share our fucking lists at the end of the year in text chats. But we never actually really have a thought out discussion about it. We just kind of hey, these movies happened. They were pretty cool. And then we kind of just move on with our day. But it's cool that we have this platform to just kind of talk about that shit, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I agree.
So yeah, end of the day, Aquaman 2 probably best one of the year. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
bro,
Aquaman 2,
Exorcist believer, come on.
Oh my god! Right,
Yeah.
Did anyone see Children of the Corn?
Oh, that came out.
You're not gonna go see that shit.
The worst film of the year.
Let me just say this, man. Anybody see Skinamarink?
I did. I was considering it. I was really considering it.
The first half of that movie sucks, but then the second half is the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life.
It's genuinely the most tense movie ever.
It's not a great movie. I should have mentioned on my honorable mentions. Not a great movie, really, at all. It's more of just an experiment, almost in a way.
I would say it's
I like
PT
the idea, though.
kind of effect, where it's less of a video game and more of an experience. You know?
Analog horror is what it is.
Yeah.
It's definitely like that's something what scares
yeah.
me the most, in my opinion.
I've
So,
seen.
a lot of people shit
the
on
problem is
analog horror, but-
I've seen more novel concepts kind of executed
Hmm.
more like better than that. Skinamarink being 90 minutes long or even more than that is ridiculous. It
Could've been a
should
nice-
have
I think
been
it
an
genuinely
hour.
would have shined.
It
Like,
should have been an.
yeah.
If
like a
Skinamarink was
short
an
film
hour
or something.
tops, it would be an all timer.
Hmm.
The problem
Yeah,
is that they
absolutely.
got too big for their britches and they spent too much time on.
I mean, fair play. They
staring
made
at a
something as
wall.
good as that for like a very small budget and like
Well,
one
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
house.
the second half of that movie, like the first, like I remember watching the first half and I was like, "This is a piece of shit. I don't know why anybody enjoyed this. This is terrible." And then the second half of the movie starts, and I was like, "Oh, that's why.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
That's why."
We forgot to mention Terrifier 2.
Was that this year?
Oh my god!
Was it this year? I don't know.
I think it was last year.
Was it last year? Okay, never mind.
I think so. If it was this year, 100%. I think
That's Mario.
Terrifier is one of the most fantastic horror genres that we've ever had.
I think
And
it's
I'm
fun. I think it's
just
cool
think
to
it's
look
good.
at.
Just wait.
See,
Just wait, Wyatt.
just I don't mind gore. Too mean spirited. I don't like gore when it's.
It
just
wasn't. It
mean-spirited.
wasn't like unsettling. It was just like, what the fuck is this? This is just goofy.
It's just goofy.
fun. Like, I mean, yeah.
It's just
like
so
it's just over the
goofy.
top. It's like cartoony as hell. It's like, okay, this is
No.
nonsense. Like,
Well, there we go.
but yeah, there you are, folks. Our top fives of the year.
You know
Of
what's
the
coming
game. Of the
next?
game.
You know what time it is, Simon?
You know what time it
What
is?
time is it?
Oh,
Wanna do the honors?
Oh.
Oh shit! It's time for DDT 7. Holy! All right. So, we're gonna do the exact same thing again.
Yeah.
But this time,
Which is
it's your top 5 wrestlers of the year. Yeah. All right. So
now I will be just a pre-thing right here. This
Mhm.
list is not really ordered for me. This list is not really ordered because
I have
couldn't pick
I have a
favorite.
number. I have a number.
Well, I got number one. I got number one.
I've got
I
a
have
number
a number
one.
one.
I also haven't ordered it, so it
There you
just
go.
randomly
I feel
pick your
like
2 to 5.
I'm
yeah.
almost 100% positive, Cass, and I have the same number one. So, folks, we're gonna also do our honorable mentions once again. My only 2 honorable mentions I have right now are Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn. Those are the only.
Pretty good.
Those are my 2 big. Those are my 2 big honorable mentions. I think they were the most just in terms of despite like sorry, I was about to say in terms of being not followed up on in certain ways. You know what I mean? I've said enough about it.
Any
They
baseball
were
guys
able
will
to
know
keep things very. They're able to
about-
keep things very interesting. They're able to keep things very
any
interesting.
baseball
despite
people
all
will
that.
know about Simon's infamous rant
Just my
after
disdain.
Cody's loss at WrestleMania, but you know, the game's a game. I have two.
That's Triple H
Alright.
right there.
I have 2 honorable mentions. One of them being Eddie Kingston, because that dude is
Good
constantly fantastic, and I don't think his matches were talked about enough this year. His match with Minoru Suzuki was one of my favorite matches of the year, not because it was great,
Oh.
but because it was one of the most entertaining matches of all time, in that company at least. I feel like everyone
Yes.
needs to see that match because it was really, really, really good. And number 2, LA Knight, because he is so goddamn
Oh.
popular,
He's a good shout.
and I don't want to put him on my top 5 because in terms of in-ring stuff, he's obviously not fantastic, but he's literally just taken the entire company.
Later
by
on in the
balls.
year, he brought it in the ring. I think
Legit,
later
like-
on, like late.
Everything
That match
after
with-
May, he absolutely dominated the entire company.
The match with Roman was good. The problem was
Yeah, it was great.
it was obvious. It was obvious what was going to happen. So there was no getting invested in Knight winning because everybody fucking knew
But
Roman
just
was
like
gonna
his
win,
matches during like Money in the Bank and stuff, it's just he's so incredibly over, and it is unbelievable to watch him perform now because I just love the reactions he gets, and he's so charismatic. So, Wyatt, any honorable mentions?
Yep, I got a few. I got Sami Zayn. I got LA Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go with Danielson because I mean he was great. I mean he's obviously great, obviously. But this year I didn't think he had like the most. I mean he had that one match with MJF, obviously, which is a big one. But I feel like he's just kind of here and there, just kind of, you know. He of course did have the big, entrance and everything too. But like I don't know, he wasn't really. again, to say he's not doing it for me is like wrong, obviously, because he is absolutely, but it just was not one of his better years in my opinion. I think the year he debuted was actually better because we had the epic match with Kenny and all that shit. So
Yeah.
but yeah, those are my three right there.
Fair enough.
Also, I actually one more, purely for tail end of the year, Drew McIntyre.
Oh gosh.
He's been the best.
Okay.
He has been the best. Him, other than Gunther, he's been the best part of Raw for the last like 3 months, and he has been carrying that show. The storyline, the slow burn storytelling with him was just unbelievable. I wanted to give big shouts out to good old the next Bryan Danielson, Mike Bailey, one of the best wrestlers in the world today. That dude's gonna be taking over the world in a few years. I'm almost certain of it.
I really hope so.
Josh Alexander, shame that his big Impact Championship reign had to come to an end in such a shitty way, but one of the best wrestlers to come out of Canada ever. And I also want to give shout out to, even though I don't know if he had like an exceptional year, Alex Shelley, because he finally got the fucking world championship that he deserved. So I want to give big shouts out to Alex Shelley as well.
We love Alex Shelley, great guy.
He's the DPW Tag Team Champion.
That's insane, actually.
See how
dude.
fucked up that is?
And he's carrying around the fucking TNA World Championship.
Okay, alright.
So fucking insane.
Again, let's just give our flowers to DPW because, like, guys like Lucky Ali, BK Westbrook, obviously Mike Bailey, Gringo Loco has been incredible.
Yes.
And everything he's been doing. Vikingo, Taurus.
Black Taurus. Oh, I love that motherfucker. I love
Brian
Black
Keith
Taurus.
has been incredible this year.
He's gonna break out. He's gonna break out too. He's on his way to breaking out.
He's got it this year. This year is Brian Keith's year.
He's already on AEW doing it. Yeah.
He had that incredible match with Orange Cassidy. Fantastic. Just everyone in DPW, like Colby Carino, Calvin Tankman, new champion, Emi Sakura, one of the most underutilized talents of all time.
What a lovely Queen theme song. Imagine if they gave it to
Don't
somebody.
talk to me about that. Don't talk to me about that. We were so upset all. We were so upset. Like it played, it went boom boom clap, and Chair turned to me and went, "No." I was like, "Yeah."
I'm gonna go one more honorable mention. One more honorable mention for me is actually gonna be Cody. He almost made my list, but main reason is just because he didn't win the title this year. That's the only reason.
Come on,
not even. Pretty much
that's why I almost put him on the list, because despite the fact that they made such a stupid decision, he made the most of it. He stayed so over. He's the most
managed to keep the hype. Like we all know he's gonna beat him. So
yeah. Oh my! Are you gonna bit me and say, "Oh no, he gonna lose again" or something?
Hey! It'll be funny when we do this pod near WrestleMania and I say, "Haha, he's not gonna win." But like off the record, it's cool that he's managed to keep everyone invested in the story, and let's just wait and see what happens. So yeah, okay. Get your photos up, boys, because here comes.
Yes, one moment.
Number 5.
I am ready.
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay,
Hang on.
go to my number 5.
Alrighty.
One moment. And
Hang on. And
bro's.
wait.
Oh, he's taking his sweet ass time.
I'm going to kill
there we
Wyatt
go.
Payton.
If
Here we
it's
go,
who
ready?
if it's who I think it is.
Ready?
Ready?
3, 2,
And
1. Mike Bailey.
Ilya Dragunov.
Oh shit! Oh my god! That's
Dragunov.
a great shout! Oh my god! I can't believe I didn't think of fucking Ilya Dragunov.
Even
Dude,
Fuck!
the NXT shield.
Simon, I didn't consider NXT. It just slipped my mind.
I'm just gonna
But
say
it's
this.
Ilya.
So
yeah, I
the
know.
only
It's
reason,
just it slipped.
I put him on here because I feel like he is one of these guys that is very kind of. It's really hard to have a bad match with him. So if you can do that, you're on the list. Like he's probably had one bad match.
Exactly,
and it was
right.
with, fucking what's his name, Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin, yeah.
But he's awesome. He
Between
can
That
sell.
was still
last minute-
okay. That was still okay.
But no, he
like-
can sell.
Well, but
he's got
really, like,
amazing-
I was
can
gonna say,
sell-
I think he
Shut
deserves a
the-
spot. So I think I was just gonna say I think he deserves a spot just because the trilogy with Mello was so incredible. That's one of the best
absolutely.
series of matches in the entire year.
He
in my opinion.
genuinely
Again,
does.
It's really
turn
hard to
things
whittle down.
gold. Like,
It's really hard to whittle down a top 5. You just said Carmelo Hayes, Triple. Like there's a bunch of people. It's so hard to get to
Wesley.
Wesley
Axiom was
even,
really good. Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
Incredible.
no, Ilya's awesome. I fuck with him heavily. Like for him to move up soon, so I don't have to watch NXT every week.
Oh, he will.
Well, I'm glad that Simon mentioned Mike Bailey in the honor mention because he's my number 5.
Oh yeah, and he's a great choice. He's an excellent choice.
I genuinely think that he hit on the nose when he said he's the next Danielson because he's noticed by everyone. Even the Fed has said that they like Mike Bailey, but it's a shame because he's never going there, and I think that's based as hell. But he's fantastic. I've seen so many matches of his this year. I went back and watched a bunch as well, but the one he had this year with Ospreay is probably top 5 matches of the year for me.
It's one of the greatest.
Fantastic match.
If not the best, it's the second best match in TNA history. If not the best, it's probably the second best behind the Unbreakable triple threat between Styles, Joe, and Daniels. It's like those are probably the 2 best ones.
But yeah,
that's totally
Mike
valid.
Bailey, future world champion.
Yep.
Give him his.
I have to object. Wyatt, what are you talking about? Bryan Danielson didn't have a fucking stand. What are you saying?
I didn't say.
What did I just hear come from your mouth? He's Bryan Danielson.
This guy up here is a fucking idiot.
Bring it down. I put him as an honorable mention just because, like I said, there's a lot of wrestlers. He didn't do quite enough for me this year. I think that he did, of course.
The series of matches with. I'm sorry, it's my turn.
Wait,
Sorry.
He'd be up here, wouldn't he? You suck, Wyatt. You suck. All right, cool. Kill me. All right, well, go on then. Why is Danielson your number 5?
No. It's not the fact that he had a bad year or anything. It was a good year, but like compared to all the other years he's had.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
I feel like.
And also the point I made earlier about it's your own personal list.
Yeah, exactly. It's my personal list.
Yeah, I know that.
10. It's just, you know.
Again, it's also difficult. It's very difficult. I had a bunch of people that actually were just better than Danielson this year, in my opinion. So there you go.
You said, like Sami Zayn, and I was like, fuck, he was really good this year.
The problem with Sammy was that Sammy, like after WrestleMania, while he was still over and great, he wasn't as good as he was in the lead up to WrestleMania. That first 3 or 4 months of the year, Sami Zayn, best wrestler of the year. That whole run up to WrestleMania was incredible. But overall, when you think of Danielson, I can list. There's so many matches on Dynamite, on pay-per-view. Fucking him and Roosh, him and Takeshita, him and Bandito.
Oh yeah.
Him and MJF, arguably the best match of the year, probably objectively the best wrestling match of the year.
And then Ricky Starks as well.
The Ricky Starks matches. The man wrestled with a broken arm for 15 minutes at the end with fucking Kazuchika Okada.
Yeah, I just forgot he wrestled Kazuchika Okada this year.
Yeah, and guess what? The
with
match
a broken arm.
He wrestled Zack Sabre Jr. this year.
The match sucked.
He had 2 arguably 3 dream matches this year.
Yeah, none of them were with
All of them are
Dream,
fantastic.
singer.
Oh yeah.
/ Minecraft man.
But
Sorry.
But my whole thing with it is like, yeah, he had a couple times, like he was injured twice at 2 separate points this year, sadly, which sucked both times. But as soon as he came back, he immediately asserted himself in that spot. And you just look at recently. You want to talk like say what you will about Continental Classic, whether you care about it or not. You want to see a great match, you watch Bryan Danielson's Continental Classic matches, and you'll get a guaranteed, like his matches with Garcia, his first match with Eddie and Andrade, and even Brody King, Claudio, that just happened a couple days ago as of recording this. Like, the man is literally wrestling tattered. He's broken down at this point, and he's still better than probably all but maybe 2 or 3 wrestlers in the world right now, and he's still arguably the greatest of all time for that. And I also give Bryan points because Bryan Danielson has been a locker room leader in a time where AEW has felt very directionless, and I give him and I honestly do give him points for that. Yeah. I understand maybe it wasn't as strong as maybe last year or 2021 maybe. It's still it's Bryan Danielson. The man's guaranteed a spot because every time he wrestles, it's special. That's my opinion.
Yep.
That's my whole opinion on Bryan. Yeah.
I'm glad that we still have someone in this group that like will keep reminding us that Danielson's at the level he's at because he is fantastic.
No, he
and
is
does deserve
absolutely,
the
and I'm
flowers
looking
every
forward to
single
where he
year.
is going to go here for the next year. Hopefully, he wins.
And I'm looking for, dude. That's the thing. All right, fuck. I didn't even mention fucking Zack Sabre Jr. Wrestle Dream. That shit too. That was also great. Fucking. And on top of that, like he's on like the last run of his career, and the man's turning in some of his best performances.
He's retiring
And, like,
next year.
Yeah, he delivered, and he also can lay claim to having both the greatest Iron Man match of all time and the greatest strap match of all time in the same year.
100%.
He literally did both of those in the fucking same year. I just, like,
100%.
maybe I'm biased because, like I said, Bryan Danielson's my favorite wrestler of all time. Maybe I'm biased a little bit, but I think he deserves a spot on the list just for sheer consistency. The man has not missed once. He's not missed once. That's just my whole thing.
Love it.
Yes.
All right. So,
So,
number 4. Number 4.
y'all ready?
Oh yeah, one second. I
I've
gotta
got
pull
it
it up.
up.
Fuck, I
I
gotta pull it up
got
one
it
second.
ready because I am big
I wonder if we all have the
sexy
same
man.
I wonder if we all have the same one.
No, we don't. We
I
don't.
think.
We
All right.
can't. No, we can't have the
Okay.
same one, bro.
All right.
Okay, give me a second. I gotta look the motherfucker up. Give me a second.
Why?
Also, one more thing I want to say.
No,
We didn't
no.
talk about women's.
Yes.
Sorry, God.
No.
Fuck.
Speak.
We didn't talk about women's wrestlers so much this year, but I also want to give a special shout out really quick to basically all of Damage Control, Io, Bailey, and Dakota.
Rhea Ripley
I-
versus Charlotte Flair was the women's match of the year.
and also Athena. Athena deserves a shout.
Athena
for
versus
wrestler
Willow
of the year.
Nightingale is also up there.
Athena versus Billy Starks. That just happened in
Billy
Final
versus
Battle.
Billy
That was-
Starks was also up there.
Yes. Now,
Whew.
do we all have our next ones?
I do. Are we ready?
Yep.
1,
Count us
Oh,
down.
yes.
2, 3.
Konosuke Takeshita.
Oh, that's
Orange
a good.
Cassidy at 4?
Orange Cassidy.
Remember, this
baby.
isn't really like a. This
I
isn't
mean,
really like a
I'm glad
list.
he's there, so...
Yeah, it's not really ordered.
Remember, this
so,
isn't
yeah.
really the Yeah, that's why like Gunther, I wouldn't even necessarily say is number 4. I just he was the first name I thought of.
Simon,
so I was like,
you go first. You went last time.
I said 4 years ago when this motherfucker walked in on an NXT UK takeover that he'll be the greatest wrestler in the world. And I honestly believe right now there is no wrestler better than Gunther.
Yep.
He is the best. Now, talking in terms of years, I think certain wrestlers have had better years overall than him. But similar to Danielson,
Oh, yeah.
you cannot beat the fucking consistency of Gunther's work. The man, he makes you believe in every single match, not just in a like, is this real, is this fake sense, not even in just a the whole like just the whole suspension of disbelief that we have with that comes with professional wrestling. That man is the final boss because he's so engaging like that because he makes you believe every time. It doesn't matter who he wrestles. He makes you believe he could lose. And then he comes right back and you're like, why the fuck did he lose? Why did I doubt you?
It's genuinely like he changes batteries at the last 90 seconds of the
Yeah,
match.
and it makes him so engaging to watch. He is like Brock Lesnar
Fantastic.
and Vader. He's like Brock Lesnar, Vader, and Danielson, like rolled into one person right there. He has got all those people's talents. He is such a compelling bad guy because he has an ethos about. He has like this thing about the mat is sacred, and even though he's a dick. He's right because you always want to fucking. He's always like. He's so unbeatable. Like you have to respect him. And again, going off his body of work, fucking his Intercontinental title matches on weekly TV, like his one against Braun Strowman from earlier this year, I thought was very entertaining. It was the best Braun match I've seen in years. Him, of course, might be the greatest WWE triple threat of all time at WrestleMania, with Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew.
It's up
Got
there,
a great
man.
match out of with him and Mustafa Ali at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. Got a great little short sprint out of that. Him and Drew at SummerSlam. The TV defenses against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. The storyline they're running now with Imperium. The Chad Gable trilogy. Some of the best wrestling storytelling all year. This man made The Miz a compelling babyface because
I
of how
couldn't
good of a
believe it.
wrester he is.
I couldn't
And
believe it when I was
I
watching
think,
that match.
you
I was
know,
like, why do I kind of want The Miz to win, sort of?
What,
I didn't,
dude?
obviously,
that match they
obviously, I
had,
didn't want him to win, but like there was that like
you wouldn't have
what's
been
the
angry.
word?
You wouldn't have
What's
been
the word?
angry.
Yeah. I
What's
would've-
the word? What's the word in terms of story, not real life? What's it called?
Suspension of disbelief,
Kayfabe.
like that kind of shit.
In
Kayfabe, yeah.
kayfabe, I'm like, I really want the Miz to win. I'm like, holy shit!
And on
this
top
dude
of
is
that,
cooking.
and man, it's a shame right now because there's so obviously it's pretty goddamn clear what the World Heavyweight Championship match is going to be at WrestleMania next year.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, it's going to be Rollins and Punk. But man, they've got to get this World Championship on Gunther like as soon as possible. Like I know the temptation is there. Like maybe wait till next year's like Mania 41, I guess. But no, that you're waiting too long at that point. The man, he should have one of those world titles by SummerSlam. Like I wouldn't even care if Cody Rhodes beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania and then the next pay-per-view Gunther fucking beat him.
Oh yeah.
Like I wouldn't even complain. Like that's I just for sheer consistency again in terms of in-ring and character work, it's Gunther. He's the best part of Raw every single week, and he's my pick.
He probably is. Wow.
Yeah,
I think Orange Cassidy's one of these guys that I was not too big on the past couple of years. I mean, I liked him. I liked him quite a bit. I didn't think he was bad or anything. I never really saw him as just anything more than just like the funny mid card guy. I'm sure he can win a title there, and he did win the international title, as it's called now. It was previously called the All Atlantic title, which was
All Atlantic.
oh my god, what a terrible, terrible title for a belt.
He took this title that was kind of mid, really bad, and he turned it into the Workhorse title, the big Workhorse title that we all kind of think of, like, as the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Way. But now AEW is getting their own Continental title thing now, so it's like, okay, whatever.
Yes.
But no, yeah, OC, man, he fucking did that shit. He was the fucking tribal chief over there for a while. And I didn't fully get into what he was doing until like the good last couple months of his reign, because man, he was having some good shit, especially how it ended initially with his match with Mox. That just ripped so much ass. That was awesome.
God, it's just
holy shit, man.
No spoilers. Also, rips ass. You mean that means he took a shit, right? You know what?
No.
Rips some ass
I
means,
mean
right?
it's in a good way. Don't worry. It rips.
Oh no, I ripped ass.
Yeah.
Like I want the world to know that.
It's I won't spoil anything. All I'll say is it's one of the greatest mid card title reigns of all time. Anyways, I'll let y'all keep going. That's just my whole thing.
Yeah. No, that's really all I got to say about it. It was great. So
yeah.
What do you guys say, Cass?
I picked Konosuke Takeshita because I feel like he is one of the quickest, lovable individuals in the sport probably ever.
Not anymore.
I knew a little bit about it. I mean, obviously not recently. We haven't seen him in a while, but he had his moment in DPW last year, which I think is really, really cool. Every single match he had in that promotion was fantastic, and that's absolutely why AEW wanted to bring him in. He started doing some stuff on Rampage. He was really good during the whole MJF era where he was making fun of him, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
When he was just a face
Oh
that
yes,
people
of
liked.
course.
Even if he wasn't a compelling character or anything like that, every match he had was near 5-star every single week. And the moment he attacked the Elite in that match, the moment he came out as that heel was fantastic.
Yeah.
And he had a really good match at All In, and arguably a match of the year contender on All Out with Kenny Omega. He pinned Kenny Omega twice in a week. Do you know how crazy that is?
That's my
That
problem.
is unbelievable.
AEW themselves doesn't seem to remember the fact that Konosuke Takeshita pinned their top star
That's
twice.
why it pisses me off, because I'm glad that I'm mentioning him now, because this dude needs to beat MJF. He needs to be the one. This is my opinion. I love everything they're doing with Joe. I love the Adam Cole stuff. This is a bad opinion, right? People don't like the Adam Cole stuff now because of Roddy and the Devil and shit. I still like it. I still think they're kind of cooking. And I'm
still
excited.
tolerating it. It needs to end though.
Unless the Devil is Konosuke.
We'll see tonight because they might do it tonight, or they might do it at the pay-per-view. We'll see. But I do hope that
it's probably going to be the pay-per-view.
I think they're going to save it. They're this close. They're just going to do it at World's End. I think whatever it is. By the
It's
way,
the 30th.
there's only one motherfucker that should be beating MJF, and it's Swerve. But that's just how I see it.
Yeah, that's also
Yeah, like, by the way, Swerve, honorable mention as well, because he was excellent in the last chunk of the year, but the first 2/3 of the year, he wasn't really doing anything. But I'm just wanted to get that out there real quick. Swerve is also an honorable mention because he's fucking awesome.
he's pretty good. So yeah,
Now,
Konosuke Takeshita, so optimistic. Hope that he gets the push he deserves.
Are you boys ready?
you know, shouldn't beat MJF. He's a good shout to beat Orange Cassidy, though. He could win that
True.
international title, and he could workhorse that shit to being the top belt, just like Orange Cassidy did, I think.
True.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Now you're
Number
We're in the top 3, buddy.
3, Screw Attack.
3
Alrighty. I got
I
mine
probably
up.
just spoke
I got
something in an
mine.
alien language.
Oh,
Oh, holy shit. That was fast.
Sorry.
Yo, Cass!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm very glad.
I don't blame Wyatt for having that up for this choice. Oh, wait.
yeah, Prince Nana.
Oh, wait,
yeah.
did he just say swerve? Yeah, I just
Yeah.
realized that. Okay. Yeah, I think... Right, Simon, let's get ours out of the way first because we got the same one. Maxwell fucking Jacob Friedman. Dude.
He was number 1 for the longest time. He was
really
my number
was.
1. He was my number 1 for a very long time.
He really was.
This is what I was going to say was like the only thing that knocks MJF down a peg or two, the reason why he's not my actual, like he, up until like August, MJF was my wrestler of the year. Up until like that point, he was absolutely my choice. The last few months, even though I'm in the same boat as you, I still enjoy the stuff they're doing. The problem is the fact that Adam Cole is gone, and he was such an integral part of that dynamic, which just hurts it so badly.
He really fell off.
But, dude, I really am worried that MJF is going to go the way of Cody Rhodes, where the hokiness is going to stop feeling like intentional, and it's going to start feeling like really try hard. That's my worry
He's
with
so
MJF.
lovable though. Like he can control a crowd so great. His charisma is some of the most entertaining television.
He is
I just
top
don't understand
5.
how he does it.
He is an all-time top 5 most charismatic professional wrestler of all time. He's up there with Rock and Austin and Flair. Like he is that, and I'm not.
Y'all got MJF Meshuggah up in his bitch,
Yeah.
bro.
See,
This is the guy. I just want to say, this is the guy who had an angle early in the year where he told Bryan Danielson, "I'm gonna destroy you so bad, you're not gonna be able to hold your children by the time I'm done with you."
I remember. Hey, birdie.
And then a couple
buddy.
months later, he's singing "Pennies from Heaven" on TV, and it's one of the best segments of the entire year.
I completely.
that was amazing.
that
I
slip
forgot
my
about
mind.
that. Oh, I forgot to put MJF on. I forgot to put MJF on my shit too. He's definitely an honorable mention at this point, just because my last 3 are very big. So MJF is definitely one of the best.
But I just think
agree.
MJF he is objectively, like, his character choices and how deliberate he is in the way he wrestles his matches and tells his stories.
He's very classic.
He's
very classic in that sense. Like he feels kind of like a Ric Flair.
He's the perfect meeting. Yeah. He's the meeting of the modern style of great professional wrestling storytelling and the classic, like, territorial style. He is the meeting of the minds there. Like, I mean, like, I had this same vibe. Now, I hate to invoke his name. He gives me the same vibe that before everything came crushing down, that Velveteen Dream did.
Oh.
Where I loved Velveteen Dream as a gimmick and as a wrestler, and I feel like he married everything together, and that's why it's such a shame that Velveteen Dream turned out to be a fucking sham of a human being, and Patrick Clark is a loser and he deserves nothing.
Well, see, Patrick Clark is a loser. Velveteen Dream.
Also a loser. He also fucking sucks.
He's the second person named Dream that I don't think should be talking to.
Everyone named Dream. What is it, man?
I don't think anyone's made those connections yet.
MJF, but not MJF. I have to point, like, dude. Everybody gets. I remember people complaining at one point that he was about him not wrestling as much and not being as present on TV. Because he has that quality that, like, when Roman Reigns' run was at its peak, he has that quality that Roman had, where anything he does is the most important thing. And you just feel it, and you love to... Like, dude, again, that Iron Man match with Danielson, that probably is the match of the year, if I really am thinking about it. I think just in terms of wrestling storytelling and just incredible, and like a flawless match. The Pillar 4-Way, where he got so many other people over alongside him, and they had such a creatively staged match. The entire storyline with Adam Cole, both of his matches with Adam Cole, his feud with Samoa Joe, him and Samoa Joe at Grand Slam, that's one of the most underrated matches of the year, in my opinion. That was a fucking excellent match.
It is pretty good.
Again, the only reason he's not number one is because I feel like some of the stuff in the later half of the year, particularly the Jay White stuff, kind of knocked him down a peg, which sucks. Like the Jay White match, I maintain if the Jay White match was just a match they did without a shitty angle, it would have been good. The problem is they did a really nonsense cartoon angle and it ruined the whole thing. That's my opinion.
One of the dumbest angles I've ever seen in quite a while.
What were you? Yeah. Sorry, what were you just looking at?
Oh, nothing. I got Skibidi Toilet.
What just went?
I got Subway Surfers and Skibidi Toilet going on the other TV, so I don't get
Bro is watching Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire right now.
He's got the attention span of a fucking goldfish right now. But yeah, no, very, very true. And I mean, he's pretty much hit all the marks of MJF. He is that guy, and he's going to carry the industry for the next maybe 15, 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Wyatt, a very valid choice at number 3 for you.
Yeah, so...
I don't like these three, though.
I swerve when I drive. Well, the last two were big, so that's why I had to.
Okay.
Swerve. I love Swerve. I think Swerve is really awesome. The first time I was introduced to him was NXT, and I thought he was fine there. Hit Row at the time, I was kind of like, oh, it's kind of cool.
Well, really, it's when he turned heel. When he turned heel was when you were like, oh, shit, this guy's kind of good. Yeah.
But now, you look at his run right now compared to that, it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, I think what
Who
really
is this guy?
I was already like all in on him this year. The way he's like been turning, like his heel run recently has just been amazing. And then the feud with Hangman kicked off, and Swerve was fucking going into his house, fucking going into his child's room and shit.
God.
And then like they had the big fucking death match at Full Gear, and it's my match of the year. And
that's a valid choice.
It was literally the definition.
I mean, yeah.
It was literally like why I fucking love wrestling. It was fucking just nuts. It was just horseshit. Like literally
balls
the definition of balls to the wall, complete ultra violence that I think I'm so happy it angered so many people too. I'm so happy it did that because we needed.
They don't deserve it.
They don't. We needed a match like that to come around to remind people how fucking ridiculous this can be, how far we can go in wrestling.
Yeah.
And this was it. I mean, Hangman's stapling a drawing of his child to Swerve's face. Like, what? How do you not like
Swerve walking around with Swerve just stapling himself like it's nothing. No, you want to talk about, dude, you mentioned the Hangman segment, dude, him breaking into Nick Wayne's home and leaving that man bloody in his own home-built ring?
Oh my god, wait, yeah. Caw-caw! The bang! That is all-timer. Yeah. That is an all-timer. Oh my god.
I think it's a valid choice. My only thing is, I feel like Swerve has the ground set. I think next year, he will be the wrestler of the year. He is set for that.
We'll see, man.
Assuming AEW capitalizes on the fucking momentum he has. He has to beat MJF. He's the only choice. Yeah. If anybody else does it, it's a fucking waste. Like
Takeshita and Swerve, two most underutilized wrestlers in that company right now. They need to be on top.
Well, at least Swerve is they're finally actually doing something with him at least. Yeah, they're and he's like him in the Continental Classic, like he's in the final, he's in like that semifinal of that shit. Like with Jay White and John Moxley. Like that's crazy. It's crazy. It's great for him, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah. Very, very good pick. I enjoy that. So, boys, numero dos, if you will.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll have the same. I wonder if any of us will have the same for this.
All right. I've got my 2. I am so excited to see your 2s.
I've got my number 2 as well.
Got my 2. You guys ready?
I am very ready. 3, 2, 1. Oh!
Holy shit!
Orange.
I thought he was your number 1 guaranteed. I was like, that's 100% Cass's number 1.
He's my favorite wrestler of all time, but I mean, look, let me just okay. This dude has been slept upon way too hard. He is fucking phenomenal. Have you seen his match with Will Ospreay from Forbidden Door? Have you seen his match with Pac and Kenny Omega?
He's
Have
pretty
you
good.
seen both of the matches with Moxley this
Seen
year?
both of these.
Have you seen anything he's done in that international title reign? Have you seen anything he's done this year? He was in the fucking Stadium Stampede. That was fucking brilliant.
He was
as
the
well.
highlight.
This
He was the best part of that whole match.
This dude stuck his taped up hand in shattered glass and punched someone in the fucking head with it. Do you know how crazy that is?
That's why he's my number 4.
He's so
baby.
fucking brilliant. The gimmick he had where he was getting injured every week and he was saying he was tired was brilliant. And this current reign he's having, he's doing the same shtick, which I don't mind, but they need to start, like the idea that me and I think me and Tony came, was it Tony? It was either Tony or Chris, but we came up with this idea that he would start to get attached to it like Gollum was with the ring, where he would like, he's like, it's my belt, it's my belt. That would be a perfect heel run for him. I know it's like completely out of the ordinary for Orange Cassidy, but like he is so brilliant, and no one talks about him as much as I feel like they should.
Yeah,
Right.
And he's just, I just don't get it. I don't get why
this
this dude has come out.
This was the year
nowhere.
everyone. This is the year where everyone, even the people who hate Orange Cassidy, have to accept that this man is the future of wrestling. Like,
how
they
do you do
had
the
to-
Superman
they were
punch
met
better
with
than
that.
Roman Reigns? How
Yep.
do you do that? Why?
Which is-
How do you believe this little scrawny ginger man is doing a Superman punch and winning matches with it?
Yep.
Other than
He's
the big
brilliant.
fucking jacked Samoan world champion for 3
Yeah.
years, like holy shit.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but he's not really doing the lazy moveset anymore. Like he
No,
used to
not
do
at all.
moves where he'd fall
No,
off the
he's,
top
like,
rope
going
and
crazy.
shit.
And that, and
Like,
he
he still
needed,
does the
gimmick
he still
needed
does the
to
bit.
evolve.
He still does the bit where he does the kicks, but now he's
but then
building up
then
into
he'll start
legit
fucking
because
he'll
he's
start fucking.
good, and I'm glad that people are seeing him as a good wrestler and not
Well,
just this stupid
that,
gimmick.
That needed to happen. The gimmick needed to change because it
man.
wouldn't last forever. It's like how like Wyatt saying like the last couple years he wasn't really hitting as much as he used to. It was this year when he finally got proper time to develop was when he became the most compelling part of AEW, in my opinion. But that's you. Do you want to go next, Wyatt?
Yeah, so
Would you like to talk
Gunther,
about
I
your
mean,
boy?
you've already said all there is to say, really. Gunther, again, it's kind of like one of these guys, like, similar to how I talked about MJF, where he has that kind of old school feel, and he really just feels like one of those wrestlers that you just look back on, it's like, oh yeah, that was that guy, like Bruno Sammartino or something like that. He's never had
So
a bad
glad we have
match.
people like that in this day and age,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
MJF and
He's
Gunther
got-
that are like you
he's got
just
a-
know.
Presence. That's the big thing. He's got like a ring presence. The
Mhm.
second you see him, you're like, oh fuck. Like it's like, yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
final boss kind of thing. Much
But-
more than the tribal queef over there, you know.
The
He's-
tribal queen.
That's what Drew McIntyre said. Remember?
Yep.
um,
Tribal queen.
yeah, and he's taking the IC title. Similar to Orange Cassidy, took this title and made it fucking on par with the world title, if not better. You know. I
He
mean,
literally
definitely
revived
did.
the IC
He literally
title.
revived it like 100%.
The IC title
Like-
was dead.
Dead.
It was a
Dead.
This is,
nothing.
we're
Beyond
talking.
repair.
We're
So
talking.
long.
Listen, we're talking 2020 Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn era.
That was good.
Like it
Well,
was.
Sami Zayn.
That was
Sami
good.
Zayn
It
was
was
saving
dead.
that
No,
belt.
not
at the
even
time,
Sami
too.
Zayn could save it. It was dead. No one
Yep.
cared. I mean, apart from that one triple threat ladder match they had, that was really
Yes,
good.
It was awesome.
But everything after that was boring until Gunther beat fucking
Ricochet.
Ricochet.
exactly.
The moment that
Yeah.
happened, I was like, "This is going to be legendary."
Yep.
And you're so
And it
right.
was.
Well, the thing, we're so lucky that this happened right
Yep.
when Vince McMahon left because
He was like, yeah,
'cause
our truth
Vince
is going to
McMahon-
beat him.
Oh my! Like that was the story, right?
Yep.
Like think
Was
of,
that it?
think of how much
Yeah.
worse we'd still be in that position. We'd still be getting like the fucking Apollo Crews title runs
Dude,
if it wasn't
Kaz,
for fucking Vince McMahon leaving.
we were literally on the cusp of Gunther facing his first loss against R-Truth. Imagine if that had...
That
if-
would've
His
been
first
so
main
bad.
roster defeat.
like, can you imagine if Vince had still been in power for just a couple more weeks? Like, how fucked we would have been now.
We would have lost.
So bad.
Dude, they would have lost two of their main events. They would have lost two of their current top guys. They would have lost Gunther and LA Knight.
Yep.
Both
Give
of
it
them
over.
would have gotten completely buried if Vince had stayed around. They would not have. They'd both be, they'd both be in AEW. We'd have both of them in AEW at that point. Like let's be
Exactly.
100% honest. Eli Drake would be wrestling fucking Orange Cassidy for the international title. All right, like that's just the truth.
What a shame. But yeah,
Now,
that's Gunther right there.
Yep. Talk about a wrestler that grows on you over time. I was not a Will Ospreay fan for the longest time in my life. I think a lot of us were not. But that
I always heard about him, but I guess I never attempted to like dive into him.
Especially in the last couple years, he has shed all criticism of he just does flips, he doesn't know storytelling. He is, again, such a deliberate, like, he knows how to pace a match, he knows how to, the psychology of a match, and he's just so, like, all the talks about him being uncharismatic, I dare anyone to watch that Omega Ospreay from Forbidden Door with him, like when he had the blood on his arm and he was licking it and he had him in the crossface and he was like, yeah, I know I'm doing this. I know I'm a piece of shit for doing this. Like,
I'll be honest,
and
man.
I say to somebody like,
he didn't make my list. I should have mentioned him in honorable mentions. He didn't make my list because one person came out on top.
Will Ospreay wasn't on your top.
I should have. The more I thought about it.
Gee, I wonder who number one is. I wonder who Cass's number one is.
I mean, wow, that's crazy.
It also just helps the fact that everywhere Will Ospreay goes, he has like that Danielson quality where he ups the stakes of every single other wrestling company that he walks into, and every person he wrestles feels special. Look at like New Japan. Look at Yota Tsuji and Shota Umino, two guys who are kind of on the rise in New Japan right now, and they got two of the best matches of the year because of Will Ospreay. The guy just elevates everybody. Him and Mike Bailey at TNA, like I already mentioned. Of course.
Elevates.
And
Keep going.
And on top of-
Masturbated
and of
by a
course,
guy. Whoa.
Probably shut the fuck up.
Masturbating other guys. Whoa.
We're jerking off their penis.
I'm so masturbated. All right, go on. Sorry, go
anyways, of course, he had one of the greatest pairs of matches of all time with Kenny Omega this year across Wrestle Kingdom. He had the greatest match I've ever seen live at Forbidden Door. Also, and again, talk about, like, I know I mentioned Gunther in the Miz. This man made a Chris Jericho match in 2023 good. Him and Jericho at Wembley was actually like one of the best matches on the card.
I'll tell you what. I saw that live. I loved it.
Yeah, that's a great match.
I thought it was
it's a legit great match. Him and Jericho had a great match. It was so like again, the babyface heel dynamic was totally off, but like still.
I love the spot at the end when he hits the hidden blade into the Stormbreaker for the win, because before he hits it, Jericho's supposed to like flip him off, but he was way too late, so he just starts running and Jericho goes. It's so funny. Oh,
no, also keep in account that Will Ospreay's technically the only motherfucker that's kicked out of the Judas Effect.
Oh yeah,
he kicked out of the Judas Effect in Wembley. Is he the only one? He's the only one to kick out of the Judas Effect. So if Jericho can get you over, if Jericho puts you over, that's crazy.
I don't think he's the only one.
No, there's no one else. I know for a fact.
I feel like Moxley would have done it, right?
No, Mox didn't kick out of it. They did the spot where like he didn't hit it properly, so he like rolled out of the ring.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Eddie Kingston got pinned by it, which is such bullshit, but that's just me. But no, Will Ospreay, objectively speaking, again, he is probably objectively the best wrestler of the year because he literally has not had, like, even MJF, like I mentioned, he has not had a single down spot like even MJF did. You know? Mm-hmm. So I gotta give the shout to Will Ospreay there. But we're at our number ones now. Who could possibly be better?
Oh, very nice.
All right, you guys ready? I got mine ready to go.
I'm so ready.
Number one. Oh, hang on. One moment.
I'm ready.
Hang on. One moment.
Golly gee, I wonder.
You wonder.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, right, gee, I wonder.
Go.
I sure do. I sure hope this is not a bit.
Wonder?
Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
He's here! He's here! It's not. And stop playing that. It's copyright.
You're gonna get copyright strike, Wyatt. You gotta stop.
Now.
No,
wait
a minute.
Is this a bit, or are you being dead ass?
No. Wait, that's not your pick.
He was going to be on the list.
Much. I just showed you Logan Paul, but
he was going to be on the list, and he was going to be around the number 2, maybe even number 1 spot. And I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
No wrestler has had the impact that CM Punk has had this year.
No, you're right.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
In terms of
I
like
disagree.
hype
And I cannot tell
shock,
you a
he is
single
up there.
memorable moment that I had that was better than CM Punk returning to WWE. That is all I will say about CM Punk right now. My actual
It
number
genuinely
one
was. It genuinely
is,
was.
of course, you know who it is, Christian fucking
Oh
Yeah, that's so
You know.
he's an honorable
All right,
mention. I should have.
let me-
I should have said Christian is.
Let me
Let me-
clear this up. My number one is not Logan Paul.
I was about
all
to
right?
say,
gonna
there's
say, what the
definitely,
hell?
a bit
It's
there.
Will Ospreay,
Yeah, there we go,
100%.
there we go.
Come on, man. Like,
Yeah, why don't you go first
man.
then? Since,
All right.
Simon already said.
no, we'll let Simon go first because we
Oh.
talked about Cassidy.
We talked about like you guys have said it all really, but I'm not going to add too much more to it. Just
Mm-hmm.
it's the greatest. It's one of the greatest title reigns in AEW history. It might be the greatest AEW title reign in history for sheer consistency and just sentimentally. There was no wrestler on AEW for most of the year I was as invested in as Orange Cassidy. Not even MJF. Not even because even MJF, I had moments where I wasn't as into it, or not even like Danielson, because Danielson was gone for a good chunk of the year a couple times, right? Orange Cassidy has if you seriously still doubt this fucking guy at this point, then you're just hating to hate. You have no general criticism. You don't understand what works in professional wrestling.
It brings
If
me
you're still just-
so much joy to hear people say this kind of stuff about him now, because
Yeah.
I've literally been a fan of him since the start of AEW.
Because for a long time, I was a big fan of him in the beginning too, but there was a couple years where I was like, maybe he just isn't as good as because like he hadn't done much in so long, and it felt like he was just kind of like spinning his wheels with the same gimmick and all that stuff. But this year proved me so wrong. It reminded me that this guy, he just understands professional wrestling. He understands the cartoonishness of it. He also understands how to tell a great story though. And it's anything that can resonate with anybody who watches professional wrestling, whether it's comedic or dramatic or whatever. He's also just so technically sound in the ring, and he's so good at selling. Like that angle of him where his hand kept getting weaker, like Cass said, when his back was hurting, and him finding all these unique ways to pull through and win matches week after week after week. It took the proverbial ace of AEW to beat him at his absolute peak in order to stop him. Like that's how and granted, we don't know. Maybe this second run won't follow up as much. Maybe it won't be as great. But for 2/3 of the year, Orange Cassidy was the most compelling wrestler to watch every single week, in my opinion. Even more than Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes or MJF or fucking Gunther or Will Ospreay. And he's my wrestler of the year. Just for the feeling I got alone and how happy I was when he won back the title, seeing him actually conquer Jon Moxley at Full Gear. I know that match wasn't as good as their all-out match. I'm not trying to say it is, but it was such a satisfying moment to watch, and I'm looking forward to see whether he turns heel or not. My only complaint is this motherfucker should be in the world title picture at this point because he's more than proven it, and he should not just be a bit. It should be like a proper contender.
One of my favorite wrestling pictures of the year is him and Katsuyori Shibata. Hand to hand.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Like,
we didn't even
That
talk
is
about
two.
Shibata.
Those are two of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and I was so happy to see them in the ring together, and it was really cool.
Now, see, I've gotten all I got. So whoever wants to say anything else,
I'll talk about Will because we've already mentioned it, but bro, come the fuck on,
Bro.
dude. Bro, pipe down, bruv. All right, just let me have this.
pipe down, bruv.
Listen, I get it. Will fucking Ospreay has 3 potential matches of the year on my awards show. 3 of them, which is unbelievable. I don't think any other wrestler on that, except Kenny, he's got obviously 2 of those matches are with Kenny. But like, come on, dude. You're so right about him completely shutting up the critics and everything. And like, we had no reason to hate him. He is so funny, and he is so goddamn talented in that ring. He comes up with something new every single month. Every time he wrestles, I loved it. Dude, he had a small match in Rev Pro with Shingo. I loved it. He had that match with Mike Bailey. I loved it. Every single match I've seen with it. Chris Jericho managed to get a great match with him. How do you do that? How do you get Jericho? How do you get me to like a Jericho match? Do you know what I mean?
The most washed wrestler alive today, probably the most fucking washed piece of shit ever.
Dude, I just love him. He's so funny and he's so charismatic, and I cannot wait to see him on weekly television because he genuinely. I don't think we've never seen him in that like kind of status,
like a weekly TV position.
Constantly.
Yeah, we never seen that.
Yeah,
he will be an attraction though. They
They
should MJF him, where he gets like a proper like once or twice.
Yeah,
I'm glad
that he I'm glad that he got like all that stuff with New Japan and stuff.
yeah.
But dude, once we're past all the build up to All In this year, I'm going again. Like I'm excited. I want to see him win that world title. This is it. This is the moment.
It
Will
should
Ospreay
go
is my wrestler of the year, man.
MJF to Swerve to Ospreay.
Yep.
I'd be so happy with that.
That's how I'd book it.
Well, there you go.
So,
and Wyatt Payton, of course.
Christian Cage, you know me. You know me. I love Christian. I love Christian. I remember I first actually got into him when SVR 2011 came out, and we had the Road to WrestleMania with Christian, and he like was in ECW.
Oh hell,
was just the top shit over there, and then like he became like the world champion, had the whole thing with Edge. I love that storyline. One of my favorite Road to WrestleManias. And then in real life, Edge retired. Christian fucking won the world heavyweight title. It was such an awesome moment, and then they said, "Fuck Christian, we don't like him anymore." He had a great feud with Orton that year, but that was about it. Which of course prompted me to go and watch
out of it. Technically,
yeah, it prompted me to go back and watch his TNA run and some of his earlier WWE stuff. And man, he's really one of the greatest. He was one of the greatest in TNA. That was one of the best successful like ex WWE runs ever. Was his reign as NWA champion.
Absolutely.
TNA run.
No, I agree with that.
Amazing shit right there. And then I thought he was gone for many years because he had a really shitty last match as number one contender for the IC title, which was like, what the fuck? And then
another reason to say fuck Alberto Del Rio, because fuck Alberto Del Rio, fuck that motherfucker.
And then like he had that really weird segment with like Randy Orton on that episode of Raw in the COVID era where he just kind of got married.
And they tried to...
Very weird stuff.
Oh my god, they did do that.
They did do that. Remember that? That's the first time we saw him in the shirt.
They tried to get me to. They thought I was gonna get. I thought I was gonna see him wrestle, and I was depressed.
And then the Royal Rumble happened, and we saw him come out with the jacket.
That was good.
I literally like cried almost. I was like, oh my god, dude! Like holy shit! And then there was some talks here and there. Could he be coming back for one more run? Maybe not.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but like that moment pissed me off as well, because Michael Cole doesn't go like, "Oh my god, it's Christian." He goes, "Oh, speaking of Edge, here's his buddy," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, it's the equivalent
to like Christian, man, though.
It's the equivalent to like
he literally did the ECW fucking.
Yeah, it's Christian.
It's Christian.
It's like, come on, man. But yeah, it was looking a little like interesting. I was like, okay, what's gonna happen here? And then fucking Revolution happens, and Christian Cage is here with the fucking TNA theme song. I'm like, holy shit, what? Dude becomes fucking TNA champion again. Fucking, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, the moment the signing went, and it went,
Kenny Omega,
it was like, oh boy.
But then, like, I was just like, okay, what's the future holding? He turns fucking heel, and then he has one of the greatest years, one of his best runs ever this past year.
Probably one of the best heel turns of all time.
Probably his best run, I'd say, altogether, including TNA.
I think they finally, for a while, the peak of his career was. Sorry, I was gonna say for a while.
Yeah, no, it was like peak of his career was TNA. Exactly. Yeah, I agree. But now it's
him and Orton too. Like that feud as well is like also kind of the peak for him. I think.
But this is just a whole new level. This is like a whole new character that he's crafted. This new patriarchal, fucking awful, despicable human being talking about dead fathers, just talking about how he wants to fuck moms. It's like, yeah, this guy's awesome. And then I said this to you. I said this to Simon. I was like, give this man the TNT title. He will be the new Roman Reigns with this title. He will do exactly what Roman's doing right now.
I remember.
And you were like, no, I don't think so. And now look at me now. Look at me now, Mom. Look at this. He's fucking TNT champion.
The disciple shit he's doing with Nick Wayne as his new son, dude, and fucking, I guess, Kill Switch now.
Dude, at Full Gear, do you remember at Full Gear when his entrance happened with the children's choir, and then we have like the fucking Titantron where it's like,
oh my god,
the different names, and then it's like the patriarch.
So peak.
Yeah, this whole stable
he named his disciple after a move of his. Do you know how funny that is?
The Kill Switch, and then he named Nick Wayne the Prodigy, and now he took Nick Wayne's mom also. It's fucking amazing.
He should have named Nick Wayne I'm Prettier. That would have been funny.
The thing about I just want to say the thing about Christian is that angle with fucking Nick Wayne's mom should be the dumbest thing in the world.
It's
That's like
so
a
dumb on
WWE
paper,
ass
yeah.
heel turn. But because it's Christian, I'm so entertained by it because
He
Christian's
makes it
making so
work,
many
man.
great lines.
He makes it work.
Like,
I don't know what it
it's
is.
like-
He just
You
There's a
look
reason-
at
there's a reason he's called Captain
Sorry, go
Charisma.
ahead.
Like people forget.
Yep.
There's a reason he's Captain Charisma. If you look at his WWE run, what the fuck? Like where's that? You know, like he had a few. Obviously,
Yeah,
mainly when
exactly.
he was a heel. Mainly when he's a heel, he has that shit.
Yeah.
But it's like he's not that moniker in TNA and like even like his mid 2000s WWE run with like the Carlito shit.
Mhm.
And then it's just whole other beast right here, man.
You
I feel so vindicated as a
you
Christian
look at-
fan all these years.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, I do.
You
I
should.
love it.
Look at like I was gonna say, like, again, it's a testament to him that he makes angles like that fucking Nick Wayne's mom angle. Like you look at how WWE so badly botched
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Uso's heel turn and how it makes no sense and how it's one of the goofiest fucking things I've ever seen in a wrestling storyline. But you look at this and it's arguably the same, if not even worse, because it literally does not make any sense whatsoever that she would do that. But Christian himself, like they're in on. Like I'm not saying this is like so bad it's good or whatever. But Christian's in on it. Christian knows how to present it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
WWE is still presenting Jimmy Uso's heel turn as this big fucking. It's the Shakespearean tragedy. He betrayed his brother, and they keep bringing it up every other fucking week. But with Christian Cage, he's like, yeah, she was a hardworking mom. I didn't mean any of that shit that I said. Like
I think she
they
was a
know
little
what they're
sweet
doing.
on Christian Cage.
I love her. I want to have sex with her.
They know what they're doing. Did he
But
actually
yeah,
say that?
Christian-
Please tell me. He
No,
actually
he
said
didn't.
that.
No, I wish he did.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Yeah, she should have dropped something in my DM, and maybe I wouldn't have beaten up your son." It's like, oh my god.
Awesome. But yeah, there you go.
Crazy.
Christian Cage.
Favorite Christian Cage moment of the year, by the way, is when he had his daughter with him.
He just goes like, no, you don't get to hold this
She was
belt.
like,
You
"Can I
didn't
have the
earn it."
belt? Did you win this belt? No.
No.
Go see your
Get outta
mother.
here. Go see your mother. It's amazing.
Remove her from the building."
Remove her from the remove her from the building. That's insane. Like what?
I love that part because Tony under his breath goes, "You're a dickhead." Christian Cage, you go, "Shut up."
Shut up.
It's so good. It's so good.
I think that's another thing too.
And
He's
also
not like
we have
the
one-
backstage thing. The backstage thing he had with Darby, where he mushed off his paint as well.
he's also one
See,
of
he's
these
also
like
he's so funny.
He's one of these,
but he can
like-
cut actually great
Yeah.
promos.
I was just gonna say he's one of these like cartoon level evil, but he's not like overdoing it. He's not exaggerated. He says it so straight and calm, which is like what's so funny about it. Like,
Like look at his. Like,
it's
his
not evil.
performance-
It's just out of order.
yeah,
his performance in that 2 out of 3 falls match with Darby Allin, which is also one of the most underrated
Oh,
matches of the
wonderful
year,
match.
in my
Wonderful.
opinion.
oh, that was amazing.
He's
the
like,
fucking
he's
steps.
doing dude, he's doing such cartoonishly like despicable shit in that match. He's body slamming Darby off the apron onto the ridge of the steel steps, and he's like tearing up the ring and shit. But it doesn't feel like over the top at all because he's
Nope.
playing it so straight and he's so intense. Yeah, he's a totally valid choice. He's an honorable mention for me just because I'm not as big a Christian Mark, but I still love him.
Yeah. So there you go, boys.
Yeah.
Very,
That
very
was-
good list. Again,
Oh yeah,
glad that our number ones are all different again. Very,
yeah.
very
yeah.
cool. Well,
Our lists were
we're
very
gonna
white,
finish
except
off.
for
We're gonna finish off our pod today by just a quick touch on a few movies that we think will be highlights for 2024. So, if you guys have anything you want to start off, what the fuck was that?
I
Why?
was doing the Shaquille O'Neal.
the
before he goes.
hell?
You went.
Yeah, I was doing the Shaquille O'Neal.
I mean, I'll start off. I don't care if it's gonna be bad. Kung Fu Panda 4.
Really?
Yo, yeah!
Come on, dude. Peak is back.
You might
We
be
are so
right.
back.
You might
Dang.
be right. But
Dude, I just. What's but?
Aquafina. Aquafina.
Okay, I know. I can Fenwa. I know. Look, okay, look.
Aquafenwa! Crazy.
Fenwa.
Uncle Benoit's crazy.
That's an inside joke.
Yeah.
Aquafina is
Fenwa.
she's slowly taken over the world.
Little bit,
unrightfully so. She's very annoying. But I don't care, dude. It's one of the best animated franchises of all time, and like
Yep.
Like, I don't care that it's glopping Tai Lung. That's Tai Lung.
No. And dude, they're teasing Shen and Kai. I'm so in. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean,
I'm
you know
in.
the reason though is because
DreamWorks have got me by the bollocks with that.
Well, the reason
Like,
because the
literally
villain in
just-
this is just kind of bringing them back as like things, like they're not actually them.
Well, yeah,
right?
she's just copying them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm just
whatever.
hoping that it's more that this is more like Puss in Boots 2 and less Incredibles 2.
Well, the director
That's
left
why I
midway
got
through,
We'll
so
see.
it's not.
I know. God, it would have been so good if they got the same guy to do Puss in Boots 2. It would have been a peak. It would have been all timer. It would have been great. Oh,
So
We'll see.
but it's a
We'll
good
see.
shout.
I'm gonna go with
Keep
Madam
going.
Web.
Give me some more.
Madam Web.
Oh, I knew you were gonna fucking say. I'm fucking leaving again. God damn.
Okay, no, look. I want you to tell me right
Okay,
now
okay,
because
let me just say
you've
this.
said this
I
a
do wanna
thousand
just-
times.
I wanted to say this.
and
I'm
I
not-
genuinely don't get it.
Okay, look. I'm gonna say this right. This is actually one of my big predictions for the year as well. I think finally, with the release of Madam Web and Venom 3 and Kraven, and possibly Spider-Man 4 on the way at some point, we're gonna finally see what this big grandiose plan that Sony has for these fucking movies, and I'm very excited to see what the fuck it is. Because I enjoy these movies for what they are. Morbius wasn't that great, obviously, but I like Venom. Venom's fun. Madam Web looks like goofy fun as well, so I'm excited. I want to see what they do. And Kraven looks fun too.
Bro.
Whatever. They look
You
like they
think
look
they
like
have a plan?
no, exactly.
no.
They have a
Whatever
plan.
you
No,
say,
no,
all right?
Listen.
I'm
not saying they
happy.
have
I'm happy that you're optimistic. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
Okay, that tells me you're still breathing and alive, and you have a personality. That's all that tells me. So I don't care. You could be excited for some if you really, really want to. It's not gonna happen, but you can still be excited for it. Like
I'm not saying they have like a concrete plan.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry, me earbud fell out there. I'm not saying they have a plan. It's fucking, it's fucking Sony. They never have a plan. But I
No.
want to see what the fuck they just scrape together and see what the fuck it is because it's fun. I don't give a shit. It's fun. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll see what happens.
Actual thing though, I do want to say is Wallace and Gromit. That's what I'm saying.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking hell, man! Peak is back. Peak is back.
They almost ran out of
new voice
clay.
actor, right? Dude,
We
almost
got the
fucked
clay.
up.
Fellas,
the clay.
I put in a direct word to the Attorney General. We needed to get clay to Aardman Studios to make the next Wallace and Gromit movie.
I watched Chicken Run. Not bad.
It's
okay,
fine.
not
It's cute.
bad.
It's whatever.
It was
it's for kids.
okay. Not as good as the first one, but it was okay.
Yeah. Zachary Levi's
Aardman
horrible.
cannot make a
He's
bad
fucking
film.
horrible in that film.
Aardman cannot make a bad film.
Yeah.
Because it's just so charming.
Mhm.
Like I don't know if
Early
you guys
Man.
remember this. Do you remember Early Man? That wasn't bad.
It was just
I liked
it's
it.
the fact that they put so much effort into the film. The fact that like so many people work so hard to make
Yeah.
these films, and that is what's good about it.
Yeah.
Regardless, even if the
I
story
think
is
I'm also
bad,
biased. Yeah.
it's like the work is what makes the film. In my opinion. Obviously, it's not the only thing that makes the
I'm
film.
also
but,
biased because
yeah.
the Kaiser Chiefs were in the soundtrack, but that's just me.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Come on, man. You never see him anymore. Why doesn't anyone talk about the Kaiser Chiefs? And
They're
how
not
they-
real.
I'm making my own podcast
Yo,
strictly
Cass,
to listen
Cass,
to Kaiser
You
Chiefs
know
music.
what I'm gonna Cass. You know what I'm gonna ask the Kaiser Chiefs
Yeah,
when I
what's up?
see him.
What's that?
What did you do today? Okay, thank you. Thank you. He did nothing.
He did nothing. It was nothing.
This is such a funny joke.
Wait, Cass, can you call him back? Cass, can you call him back real quick and ask him what did he
This
learn
is a
today?
great bit. All right.
What did he learn today? What did he learn today? Mr. Chief.
It was nothing. He learned nothing. It was
Well, okay, but like
not
at
nil.
school, he had to have learned something at school though. Like, did he learn anything at school?
No, he didn't go.
Why didn't he go to school though?
Why didn't he go to school? He says he doesn't know. Why? How do you not know that? Like,
It's
why-
cool. It's cool, I guess.
It's cool
but,
to know nothing. It's cool. It's
like,
really
to know
cool.
nothing. To know nothing.
Simon,
Yeah.
take a look. Take a look at the kids on the street. They're never missing a beat. So that's why it's been stone faced the entire bit.
I thought it was over. And then you pulled me back in.
Oh, so, when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. All right.
Anyways,
seriously. Yes, Wallace and Gromit is the most charming fucking thing ever, and I'm so glad that they're back. And the new actor who did the VR shit was really, really cool. I'm glad that he got the official role.
Did that come out? I didn't play it. If it did come out, did it come out?
No, it's not out yet. But like, I mean, he also did voicing on like an app that they had.
I'm sure,
And,
I'm sure he'll be fine.
perfect.
Wallace doesn't have like a prominent voice. He's just like, hey, Gromit, we forgot the crack.
Oh, come on, lad! I just smoked heroin.
Gromit, why are you on
That's what the
Reddit?
plot is. They're gonna do Breaking Bad, but with Wallace and Gromit.
Gromit,
They
why are you
better
on
do
Reddit?
that shit. Actually,
It's called Cracking Bad.
Gromit, stop jerking off to Reddit. We have to go and get the cheese.
Oh, come on, man!
I'm sorry. Hey, man.
I've got platinum on WrestleVap.
No.
That's me. I'm just Ollie Davis.
No.
I'm just Ollie Davis.
Simon,
Hello,
what
it's
do
me,
you
Ollie
Come
Davis.
Simon, what do you expect?
Okay, well, do I have to inject the realism?
Let's just keep going in a circle. Simon, give me a movie you excited about.
Dune,
Oh,
Part
Dune!
2.
Part Dune.
Nobody's saying this. Nobody's saying this.
We only said 2 films. Goddamn, chill out. Goddamn.
I'm surprised nobody said it first. Oh, I forgot, but Cass is cringe and he thinks Dune's mid, so we have
I
to kill
don't
him.
like Dude.
I don't like
I think
dudes.
it's okay. I
Yeah, you
think
like
it was
dudes.
amazing.
Not you like-
Why? Can you do me a favor? Why? Can you do me a favor and look? Okay, which way do Wyatt and I have to look to be looking at each other? Which way do Wyatt and I have to look to be looking at each other, Cass?
Well, I assume your camera's mirrored, yes?
Yes.
So I'm looking this way. What does he have to do? What does he
No.
have to do?
You're
So, no, you be the other way around. So you look right, White, you look left.
We gotta kill
That's
this
right.
guy, right?
You're looking the wrong
We gonna
way,
kill this
White.
guy?
You're looking the wrong way.
We gonna fucking kill this guy, right? We're gonna kill him? We're good.
No, we do like the backstory show thing, like the Fox promos, like get a load of this.
Oh yeah, we do it for you, America.
Yeah.
You know, we're your voice. You know,
The spirit of Massachusetts is the spirit of America. The spirit of what's old and what's new.
Why do the?
That'll be right up next after an all rotating black man.
He's doing his fucking Stewie. He's doing his Stewie Griffin pose. Fucking.
After an all new shoving buddies.
This could be one of those. It's gonna be one of those shots where we have to do a family photo. We have to pretend to be normal.
Why do you have to
Why
be
you
so
so fucking negative all the time?
All the time.
All right.
That's me looking at past shitting on Dune. But anyways, Dune Part 2.
I'm excited for
obviously.
Dune. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm fucking really amped. It looks even better than the first one, so I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cass,
Again, there's not so much to
say
say.
I don't know. Sonic 3, baby. Come on. Oh, my
I'm
God.
excited.
You're gonna
But
see a little girl
I'm,
get shot in live action.
I listen. I know that shit's gonna be terrible, but I don't give a fuck
I
because
hope-
Shadow the
okay.
Hedgehog is one of the most
Look.
interesting characters in video game history.
look, I want it.
it's gonna be so good.
I want this movie to really just be the big Sonic movie because, again, Sonic 2 was a step in the right direction. Still had the shitty parts from the first one in it, though. But I want Sonic 3 to be that big, like, yeah, we finally did it. It's coherent. It's fun. It's not really for the general public because Sonic fans are very yeah. Because I mean,
I'll tell you this right now. First one, it was a very simple.
better than it should have
like-
been. Better than it should have been.
It
Yeah,
was
it
better.
could've
It was
been
better than it should have
unwatchable.
been, but like the movie wasn't unique to Sonic. You know,
It felt like Looney Tunes
Yeah.
almost.
like
But yeah,
yeah. Second one was honing it in on more of the Sonic lore, but like some of the human stuff like kind of dragged on a bit, and it was really trying too hard with the comedy department. Like it wasn't great. I reckon this is their chance. This is the time their movie's gonna go good. This is the one.
Mhm.
this is
So
one.
we can only hope.
Guys, I don't even care if the rest of the movie sucks. As long as I see little girl Maria Robotnik get gunned down in a kids movie, I'm good,
Oh my
baby.
God. As long as it shows the shot of her looking and the guns, and then it cuts
Oh my
away
God.
and her hand,
Bang.
like her hand falls into shot like fucking on the ground.
Can you
like that.
imagine? It's actually even more brutal for no reason. Like it's actually like
Yeah.
like
Maria's just
coughing up blood on the ground. Shadow is just like.
See, like.
It's like
My thing with this. It's like Koichi having like one of his like panic attacks in Godzilla -1. He's like
Maria is just the last dream of a dying man.
Oh my god!
of a dying hog.
Hedgehog.
Listen, I'm excited. Look, I'm really excited. All right,
No,
I don't care.
dude, here's the thing. Sonic Adventure
Go on.
2's story is so fuck shit insane.
It's so good. Can you imagine
Yeah.
they just rip that? Just rip it. Do the same thing.
Bro, are you looking forward to the space shuttle being hidden in the Pyramid of Giza? It's gonna be the greatest shit ever.
I want James Marsden to be in this movie a max of 5 minutes. I want the whole movie to be in space. I don't care.
Oh my god, they're gonna fight a giant lizard with a fucking space colony up his ass. It's gonna be great.
I
If
want
I
to
see a live action
I
Omega,
want to see
I'm
Sonic.
going to go insane.
I want to see Sonic and Amy.
I need Omega.
I want to see Sonic and Amy in this shit, but I want to see it like Oppenheimer and Florence Pugh's relationship. I want it to be that. Whatever that was.
Can you imagine if they have, because I think Amy was rumored to be in it, but like, can you imagine if they have like Cream, Big, the cat,
Oh.
bro?
But they
Oh
didn't
my
come until
God.
later. No, they didn't come until
No,
later, so
God,
they can't
it's
do
gonna
them
have
right now.
Rouge the Bat.
No,
Okay,
Rouge,
Omega
Rouge
the
has to
robot
be
would
in
be
it.
so good.
Rouge is so integral to the plot. She has to be in it. And she has,
man.
and the furries will just go fucking crazy for her.
I think
So
this
you know,
is. I think this is Jim Carrey's last movie. I think.
Ever?
I hope.
I think he was saying like,
Like-
I wanted to retire, but he was contracted to 3 movies, so this might be his last movie.
That's gonna be
ever.
weird that that's gonna be his last film and not like a really good like.
He
I
is
mean,
the
he's
best.
gonna be great.
Jim Carrey is the best part of these movies. He embodies that character in such a unique way, but he's
Yeah.
still very true to it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this
it's
last
nothing
Jim
like the
Carrey.
game Eggman, but he still makes it excellent. And
Yeah, he belongs alongside Dean Bristow and Mike Pollock as like best egg like they are the best. Like Mike Pollock is the best Dr. Eggman. Like he's the best voice for Dr. Eggman in my opinion. Like
Shadow the Hedgehog, who was that? He's only the second most popular character in the entire canon.
Snooping as usual, I see.
Snooping as usual.
okay.
Um,
Wyatt,
I'm excited.
hit me with
I've
another
talked
one.
about it too much. Move on.
I'm gonna
So-
hit you with something big one right here.
Yep.
Nosferatu.
I was just gonna say Nosferatu.
yeah, maybe,
oh my
yeah.
God.
Well, here's the
Yeah.
thing, though. Here's the thing. I am
It's
a
the
little.
Northman.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me just say this though, because I understand a little bit of apprehension because it is a
Northman.
bigger movie than he's used to. Because this is who's distributing this one? It's
Is this
I
Robert
think
Eggman?
it's still A24. Isn't it still
is
A24?
A24 still okay? Okay then. I was gonna say this is this has a lot riding on it because we don't really see a lot of these like classic monster period pieces anymore that are like obviously based off of these old monsters like Frankenstein or Dracula. Like Nosferatu is everyone knows him from SpongeBob, obviously. You know, fucking Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the whole fucking thing. I was also I was very deflated when I saw that Lily Rose Depp was replacing Anya Taylor-Joy. I was like what?
Oh, dude.
Like-
I said it before.
As long
The
as she doesn't
Northman
talk.
is one of my favorite movies of the last year, and
it did
everyone
not
said it
really
was
do a lot
overhyped
for
and
me.
stuff.
It's fine. I didn't.
I just
it-
loved it
Really?
personally.
See, that's
I
what
just
I was
think it was
gonna say.
great.
Like, regardless of whether you think the movie was for you or not, like I have
No,
no
it's a
doubt
good
Robert
movie.
Eggers can pull off a big scale. The scale of that movie is incredible. Like
Yeah, this
he gets
for
like
him-
big action and
This type of character is perfect for him. Like this shit's perfect, and fucking Nicholas Hoult, Willem Dafoe. Like this is a good cast right here.
Oh
Nicholas
yeah, this is
Holt's
the
gonna
one with
play
the
good Renfield.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
one with
good
the him
Renfield.
and the fucking rat scene that I was seeing, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
Willem
yeah.
Dafoe.
Yeah,
Oh my
he's gonna
gosh.
have like an army of rats or some bullshit like that. It's gonna be
Insane.
crazy.
I can't wait.
But anyway,
And Bill
I was
Skarsgård's going
going
to be the
to-
man himself, which is going to be interesting.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. He's gonna be like
This could be his
terrifying.
big film right here.
I hope so.
Oh, well,
Sorry.
it was the first. It was his big film. Let's be real here. But
Maybe.
what does he look? What is Blood looking at?
I don't know. He's got like 5 monitors around him.
My food, all right?
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like
I've been
Will
eating
off
this whole
Spray at
time. I've been
Forbidden
eating for the
Door
last, like,
when all
20
the
minutes.
monitors on. He's like, oh my god.
But anyways,
Sorry.
I'm gonna fire off a couple in a row because we spent a bit of time in the last few.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about Mickey 17, which is
I was
the new
just
Bong
gonna
Joon-ho
say
movie
that.
with Robert Pattinson, where he's going like. Now I'm just gonna name it
Oh.
because I don't know anything about. We know nothing about it except it has to do with clones apparently, and Robert Pattinson's in space.
And it's
That's
fucking
all I
Bong
know about
Joon-ho,
it.
so
But-
it's gonna be amazing.
Right. Okay.
So it'll probably be
okay.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention Untitled, the fourth Jordan Peele film, which is instantly my most anticipated movie of the year because he's
Simon.
what? What?
It got
What?
it got
What?
pulled. You didn't see that?
No, are you serious?
It got
I didn't
Wait,
see
what?
that.
It got pulled from its December release date, and it's now on the shelf at the moment. So
No.
yeah,
Damn.
very upsetting.
Sorry, Simon.
Sorry, I thought
Keep
you
going.
knew.
Keep going. Keep
I
going.
had no idea. Okay, anyways,
Keep
and
going.
my other well, if that's not the case, that's not my most anticipated movie of the year anymore. Furiosa, Mad Max Saga is also coming out, and that's going to
100%.
be. Oh, it's gonna be
100%.
That trailer, I fell to my knees. I fell to my knees watching that shit, dude. I felt like I was on another planet when I was watching that fucking trailer. And I guess if there's one more I'm gonna mention. This one could be like either really great or really not. It's gonna determine the future of a big budget movie coming up in the next few years. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I loved the trailer. I thought the trailer was excellent. I'm a bit skeptical of the direction they're going in, but I love the Planet of the Apes movies too much. It's one of my most anticipated movies of the year. That trilogy is unreal. So
I
I'm gonna
have
stuff a few here.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go on, White. Go
No,
on.
no, okay. Fine. I was this one.
Yeah,
I
fuck
thought
you, White.
Simon.
We're gonna.
No, go ahead. Yes, we'll stop you.
Okay.
I can't do this shit anymore, man.
No, he's gone.
Oh no. Okay. Batman. Ah, there he is. Oh my God, there he is.
Here he is.
Where's he gone?
Oh, there he is.
Oh fuck. Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
This is a stupid bit.
Oh my god, it's fucking analog.
Oh my
horror.
God.
No. He's doing those Instagram reels that are
These-
really scary sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that I sent.
No, you dick. You're a dick. All right. All right. Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Garfield.
That's most
gonna be cute.
anticipated. Okay.
No, not my most anticipated. I just something to talk about. Chris Pratt sounds a lot better as Garfield than he did Super Mario. That's for fucking sure. That's just my
a fair
opinion.
point. That's fair.
I think he could do a little bit more with it, like make him more of a fucking
Food Hero, be right
amazing
back.
and all that. Because
Okay.
he sounds like he's tired, but it just sounds like Chris Pratt is tired. It doesn't sound like Garfield.
Yeah.
I will also say I was gonna say Furiosa, but now I will say Inside Out 2. I feel like it's going to be just as good. You don't know yet. I feel like we need a proper trailer for it, but we'll see. I hate
No
when
Pete Doctor.
Pixar makes a sequel to a series and it isn't as good as the first one. Monsters University, but I mean,
No Pete Doctor.
we'll see.
No Pete Doctor.
Not
I'm
Pete Doctor.
interested.
Look,
Like-
we'll see.
like,
We'll see.
I'm like,
We'll see.
What
Just
else you
completely
got?
shut that one down. We just whatever.
I'm so glad
also,
nobody said Deadpool 3 yet.
Joker?
Joker D. Filet left.
Are we gonna? What's our opinions on Joker?
Okay,
here?
I mean, the first movie's fine. It's good. I mean, it's not amazing. It's not brilliant or anything.
Is it fine?
Yeah.
Why? It's like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it would be, Cass.
Yeah, because it's good.
No, I mean, no. I like it. I like Joaquin Phoenix. I like the direction they went with it. I
It's
thought it was
good.
Not worth the fucking controversy whatsoever. I think this one will be a little bit more interesting because it's got musical elements apparently. So yeah,
It's a musical, which I
yeah,
really like.
that'll be interesting. I'm excited.
I love the idea of a musical that's literally psychologically insane, and you're just
Exactly.
watching two people go
Yeah.
fucking mental. I just love that.
What else did you list by the way?
I was saying like I guess Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
Garfield as well. I feel like it'll be fine.
I got a couple big ones right here.
Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Gladiator 2.
I was about to say that.
I'm excited for that because I
I
mean,
was just
hey,
about to say that.
look.
Ridley Scott.
I know Ridley Scott. He's always been like this, though. He's always been the big hit or miss guy.
Oh,
He'll do for every Gladiator. There's an Exodus: Gods and Kings. For every Alien, there's a Prometheus. For every Last Duel, there's a fucking House of Gucci. You know, it's like,
yep.
interesting guy, cat. Anyway, one that I thought Simon was going to say.
My cat attacked the screen.
When Simon was talking about big franchises that he said were riding on a certain movie, I thought he was going to say this: Deadpool 3. I'm not. I'm not.
Wait a minute. You were deafened. And Simon said, "I'm so glad no one said Deadpool 3."
Okay, no. I'm not saying I'm excited for it necessarily, but I'm very, very morbidly curious about it.
I'm excited to watch
because I want to know what the hell. Because we still have no idea what the fuck it's about, really. We just seen a lot of weird.
Why? It's going to be sloppy as hell. It's going to be a plot
I'm
movie.
sure it'll be terrible, but I want to just see. I can't even imagine what a trailer is going to look like. You know,
I'm just excited to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine again.
I'm not.
It's just one of the most perfect castings. It's one of the most perfect castings. It's one of the most perfect castings. It's one of the most perfect castings. One of the best.
Well, you could have done it 3 years ago. By the way, did you see the first
this movie? A second, I didn't see that. What were you saying? I was
going to say, did you see the poster that was circulating for the first X-Men film? The tagline was "Trust some, fear the rest." Like,
fear the rest
for X-Men.
What does that mean?
That's your tagline? Like, yeah, fear all the fucking mutants, but just these guys. They're okay. What the fuck kind of shit is that? For the big social commentary superhero. Like, what?
Hey, fuck your action movie. Paddington in Peru is coming out this year.
Oh.
We are so back. Paddington is back. Oh,
wait, I just want to say real quick about Deadpool 3 because I mentioned it earlier.
Sorry about that.
I'm gonna buy a ticket to this. I'm gonna buy a ticket to this movie. I'm gonna sit in the theater, and if this movie opens on Deadpool walking up to Logan's grave and doing a little fucking funny and digging him up out of the ground,
I'll be very
leaving
upset.
the theater. I will leave the theater. I will not stay. I will sit outside for 2 hours while my brother watches.
My man said, "I will get up and I'm going." My man said, "My man talking like fucking Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. I'm going to pack my bags. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go to New York.
I'm going to leave.
I'm going to go to New York.
I'm serious. I will take my white ass and go sit in the concession stand for 2 hours and talk to people there.
That's
they
fair
can't
enough.
do it to me.
We were talking about it with the boys. Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. They could save the franchise. They could do it.
Me and the boys are running to fight an evil monkey.
Godzilla is trans. It's awesome. We're so back. And also, Kong has a fucking. He has a Winter Soldier arm now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
bro, when they're running and shit. When they're running and shit,
But I will say, the villain is an orangutan, and I like orangutans, so that's
And we also
cool.
have Son of Kong, also.
Son of God. Oh, yeah. Little monkey.
The monkey.
Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas movie as well. Come on.
Dear.
Oh, hell.
We are so back.
Oh,
Aren't we all excited for Argyle? You looking forward to?
Yeah, how about you go
shut
and kill
up.
yourself, son?
I'm looking forward to the day I find out what they did to the real Matthew Vaughn and why he's just the worst fucking guy on planet Earth right now.
I got one.
Go on.
What?
Saw 11, baby, September.
Oh, yeah, that does come out.
Dude, I have no idea what the fuck they're
shit.
gonna do, but I'm excited. I can't wait.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey #2. You can't make this shit up.
Oh, real
that
quick.
That first one is so bad. By the way.
Oh, dude,
it's so boring.
Dude, everybody laughs like, "Oh, characters being in the public domain, it's funny, haha," and then you get shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
My whole thing was, this just got confirmed about a week ago. Spaceman, the Adam Sandler Netflix movie, coming from the guy who did Chernobyl.
Oh yeah.
That was a huge surprise.
Featuring an alien creature played by Paul Dano.
No, Paul Dano himself is the alien creature.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That is
I can't wait
cool.
for that. We love Adam Sandler when he does things
That is
like
gonna be great.
So, yeah. Oh,
Carrie Mulligan too.
they made a sequel. Wow.
We are apparently also getting
Fuck you,
the
Wyatt.
movie,
Fuck
the
you.
movie A Quiet Place Day One,
Day one ish.
That might be all right.
which I Day One ish. It's just Beus.
Yeah. I'm excited. I mean, I like it. I actually love The Quiet Place Part 2. I like that one a lot. So.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was good actually. I watched that recently.
Oh, what I'm surprised Simon didn't say.
What were you gonna say?
What I'm surprised that Simon didn't say. Wicked, because you're one of those theater kids.
No, they never make Broadway musicals and good movies. They never do it. It never fucking happens.
West Side Story was okay.
Well, Les Mis.
Okay, well,
Les
yeah,
Mis.
but that's Steve.
Les Mis was also great.
It took Steven Spielberg to get a good translation.
You're so right about that.
You know what came out? You know what came out 3 months before? You know what came out 3 months before West Side Story? Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah, it was really
And
good.
that
You're
was
right.
just a fucking ray of sunshine.
Don't let him have.
Don't let him cook
spoilers.
ever again.
I was gonna mention Alien Romulus, Fede Alvarez's
Oh,
new
yeah.
Alien movie
I'm
as well
interested in that,
as a potential. Yeah. My motherfucker eating chicken tenders. I'm so happy for him. Look at him.
Do you
He
know
munch
how
on them.
many live action Disney movies are coming out this year? Apparently,
How many?
like Disney Plus exclusives included. We've got Maleficent 3, apparently. We've got obviously Mufasa, the Lion King prequel.
Oh my.
Directed by
which
Barry
I just
Jenkins.
don't understand. Yeah, don't worry about that. Apparently Cruella is in production as well, the sequel to that.
Wow.
If you guys are even remotely interested in that.
I'm sleeping.
I'm shoeing right
The
now.
Sword and the Stone?
What?
The
Oh,
Hunchback
fuck off.
of the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No, that's not happening.
It
That's not
better-
happening this year. There's no way.
That's a
There's no way that's
lie.
happening this year.
That's a
That's a
lie.
lie.
You're telling me.
It's on the IMDb page. I mean,
Well,
it might
yeah,
not come
IMDb is
out, but it's
stupid,
announced.
So, yeah.
And then,
Are we-
how about Knives Out? Getting getting a third.
Oh, Knives Out 3 is next year?
Yeah,
I don't think it's this
apparently.
year, is it?
Okay, well, I'm super fucking excited for that. The first two are both excellent, so I'm looking forward to that. Are we excited to see how much of a train wreck this Borderlands movie is going to be?
Dude, I have no idea what the fuck to
Isn't
think about
Jack
that.
Black in that, or was
He plays
that?
as a robot, yeah. He plays, what's his name?
He's Claptrap.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Jamie Lee
Eli
Curtis, Kate
Roth is
Blanchett.
directing.
No. Eli Roth. No, Eli Roth was directing, Simon. He dropped out midway through
And then it
production after it was shot,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Tim Miller came in
Oh,
to direct it now. So
it's going to be so...
it's gonna be so awful,
bad.
dude.
It's going to be so bad.
Just when
If
you
I
thought,
want to move
just when you thought it
to
was gonna be
shows, if I want to move to shows, look, the boys, the boys, all right. I'm going to enjoy it. All right, I know I'm going to enjoy it, and I know
This is
what
the
the
thing.
boys in our group were saying about it. Like, oh, it's become sloppy, gory, haha, funny content. But like, no, I enjoy it. I love the dark take on that.
We
kind
have
of
this
story.
talk about the boys every time a new season comes around, and every
so
single
right.
time without
And every
failure,
time they're
they
like,
prove
"I'm sorry,
that wrong.
that was fun." Yeah.
The problem with the boys isn't the show; it's the marketing. The marketing of the show is the problem because they market
Yeah.
it as like, "Oh, look, we're so crass and bloody and funny, and look at us."
female having intercourse and man exploding. Funny. It's like, come
Also,
on, man.
But like season 3, I remember everyone was saying about season 3, and then season 3 came out, and it was the best. It was the best of the whole fucking
No,
series.
it was good.
was
It was
incredible.
really
So
good.
good.
The problem with the show though is that
So good.
it's not really finishing anything. It's not really progressing anything. And I think they need to do that.
That's fair.
I also
guess.
am a massive fan of Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I'm very
Yeah, I'm
excited to see what he does.
Oh,
in the
he's
show.
gonna be great.
Another show, Fallout looks pretty good.
Pretty good.
I don't know about you
Please
guys.
be good.
I hope it's good.
Please be good.
I was talking to our buddies from the baseball server about like it's not following the law correctly, and like I kind of get that, but like at the same time, I don't think you should be too fussed about that because, I mean, Halo was just tragic.
John Halo. My favorite.
Oh my god! But Fallout is such a brilliant game series, and I don't think
Yeah.
they can mess this one up.
See,
I
like
hope not.
my
Like-
thought we've been getting like really every time. This is kind of off topic. Every time somebody tries to tell me that The Last of Us is like bad, or like badly made
No,
or poorly
not bad.
written. Like,
Yeah.
you look at compare Last of Us to Halo, and it's like it's night and day.
Night
like
and
Last
day.
of Us, say what you will about choices they made and story directions that they went in. They still understood the spirit of the games. They knew what they had the vibe and they had the performances. But I just hope
Yeah.
Fallout can do the same thing. I hope they don't just make
It's
it serious. I hope they have that quirky comedy edge to it that Fallout has. Like I kind of hope it has that.
Oh,
but
they'll have it, and they also
Yeah.
got the soundtrack down perfectly, apparently. So I mean,
if we're
yes.
if
We'll
we're
see.
if we're talking TV shows, The Bear season 3. Can't wait for that.
Hopefully,
Is it this year?
hopefully that comes out. Hopefully,
Well, so
I hope it's
they're
this
shooting
year.
in February. They're shooting in February, so that's good. So it'll probably be
it could be
maybe
late next year.
late next year, maybe early.
It could be
the
late
other-
next year.
We'll see
Okay,
though.
Man, dude, I miss Barry. I'm just
I
having
do
like
miss Barry,
sadness.
yeah.
But I miss Barry. That is
Man.
peak television.
Sometimes
miss-
good
no,
things
dude.
have to end.
Cass, it's okay because we got Breaking Bad 2 coming soon. Remember that? Did you watch that whole
Oh.
fucking thing? Simon, were you there? Oh no, you weren't.
Shit.
Oh
We
yeah,
watched
yeah.
the fucking
Here's the trailer for
Breaking Bad 2 starts in 3, 2, 1, and it's the
Two,
funniest
one.
fucking. We gotta watch that after this. Oh my god.
It is
No,
very
it's-
fun.
I want to bring up House of the Dragon season 2 because House of the Dragon season 1 is absolutely excellent. And
Oh, no, sit your ass down. House of Dragon was okay. Get the fuck back in the chair.
as somebody who truly, with a passion, despised the ending to Game of Thrones. Not even like for internet clout. Like I just
One of the
'cause
biggest
I watched Game
fumbles of all time.
I watched Game of Thrones like last year all the way through with my brother over the course of the year, and I didn't know anything about the ending. I knew nothing about Game of Thrones pre-watching
It's
it.
so
And as
bad.
somebody who fell in love with it, like a lot of other people did, I was so disappointed by how they decided to end it.
So
House of the
bad.
Dragon is much more Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 4 than seasons 5 through 8. So I'm hopeful that season 2 will
Well,
keep
yeah,
up on
because
that.
isn't the
And apparently,
isn't the whole thing with that show is that it's like literally like hundreds of years before Game of Thrones?
it's like hundreds of years beforehand, and they have a plan. They said we're only going 4 seasons, I think.
That's good.
So they
that's
have
good.
a plan.
Yeah.
So they're not like because that, and I hope that they can get that all. I hope they don't rush it or leave it to end because that was the biggest problem with Game of Thrones was that they rushed the fuck out of it in 2 episodes at the very end, and it was so unsatisfying. You get like 2 seasons worth of content you still could have done with Game of Thrones,
Right,
and it would have
right.
ended in a much better way. But they just
Very
they
true, very true.
completely ruined it, completely fucked it. Now I know it's probably not coming next year, and I'm gonna cope about it. Do you think we get anything about Stranger Things season 5?
I thought you were about to say. I thought you were about to
anything.
say. I thought you were going to say Beyond the Spider-Verse because we know that's not coming.
No. No, I'm talking for shows now. Do you think we'll get anything?
I think we'll get. I mean, we're already getting casting
Okay.
stuff. We know Linda Hamilton's in it. We know that much. I think they're going to start shooting. Obviously, we'll probably get maybe like a little.
I'm pretty
like,
sure they already
poster.
did.
Okay, we'll probably get like a teaser.
pretty sure they
then.
already did.
I I'm not as attached to it as you guys are, so I have no idea, and I don't keep up with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mm.
So,
I don't blame you.
yeah.
Again, I like
That's
it.
fair.
I really like it. I understand. I don't understand some of the internet forums about it. I just the fact that people like it. Maybe it's better than any fucking MCU schlock you fucking see.
Yeah, well, because
Oh,
Stranger
okay,
Things,
yeah.
Stranger Things is a big franchise, and you can make the argument that it does not resolve things. Although I'd argue very differently in most cases.
It's
But-
the best like blockbuster
Stranger Things-
thing. It's like the closest thing
Yeah,
we have
it's
to a
a
blockbuster. on TV.
blockbuster with it has so much heart, and it's
Yeah.
everybody involved cares about it very deeply.
Exactly.
Even I know people who seem lapsed out of it, like Millie Bobby Brown apparently is. She still gives it her like 110% whatever she's doing it, and you can tell how much that show means to the Duffers and to and again shit on Sean Levy all you want. Sean Levy only cooks when he's in Stranger Things because he's directed some of the best episodes of that entire show. So
I don't think Sean Levy is to blame for
Yeah,
a lot
I
of his movies. I feel like he's just the guy that studios get when they just go, yeah, we need someone to direct this. Why not that guy? There you go. Like Free Guy.
Yeah.
I don't believe Sean Levy directed Free Guy. Like
I think he was on set. I think he was on set to go. Taika Waititi is riffing off of our amazing script.
I was just about to say, they brought him in to just say that.
I had to. I had to say it before you made a joke about me. I had to do it.
Don't do the Taika Waititi bit again, please. It's so fucking stupid, please.
But
So
that's
dumb.
That's a majority of what we got. Really, is there anything? Are there any last minute ones that anybody else?
I mean, if you have any off the wall picks, no.
Snow White, guys. You say for Snow White? Yeah.
No.
Oh, guys, Rachel Ziegler's in it. I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh no, I'm excited
You seen
for.
the
I'm
dwarfs in
excited
that
for
fucking
the
teaser picture.
I'm excited for the Daily Wire's version of what they're going to do because they announced that their Snow White film that in counter protest.
Jesus
I don't know,
Christ.
man. Red Sonja comes out next year. Interesting.
I reckon this year they're going to announce the Zelda movie.
Well, yeah.
Oh no. Well, they already announced it. They announced the live action. Sony.
But they're gonna
I
give
know,
it like
but
a
like
release
we're gonna
date.
get a trailer.
Like a
probably or
release date.
casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah. Miyamoto's gonna come back and go, "Oh yeah, so
How do we
feel? Rob Schneider is going to be playing Ganondorf.
No, Rob
Schneider.
How do we feel about this one? A little bit of a dark horse. I don't think any of us are really excited for this. Beetlejuice 2.
It's gonna go one way or the other.
That's the perfect reaction right there.
Wyatt, it's gonna get Haunted Mansioned.
Yeah, it's either going to be awesome or garbage.
It's gonna get Haunted Mansioned. It's gonna be like that happened.
I don't think Tim Burton has that kind of juice anymore for what he did. Because Beetlejuice is one of those weird movies that is so drenched in that time, and also the effects are very drenched in that time.
You literally cannot make movies like that anymore.
You literally have to do those same movie techniques in this year. Can he do that is the question.
You can't change anything.
Because I don't think we're going to have any of the cool stop motion.
No, I think at best it'll turn out like Wonka did, which is good. And at worst, I think if this is as bad as I fear it could be like the Munsters.
I was going to say, no. I don't think it'll be that.
Last year.
No, I don't think it'll be that. Because that was intentionally supposed to be that way. But I think I'm worried that with this one, it's going to end up like Dark Shadows. Remember that one?
Oh!
Yeah, I'm worried it's going to end up like that. Or like fucking like, yeah.
Oh,
what are you going to do, man?
I'll give like a Frankenweenie. Do it like take a Frankenweenie quality out of this. Just give me something.
It's weird. Tim Burton.
Yeah, you're right.
The thing is, though, Tim Burton is doing Wednesday right now. That's his thing. Like, I forget that that's him.
And it's good. And it's like apparently
it's
actually
okay.
good,
It's
according
fine.
to a
It's good for kids.
Yeah, compared to other shit they could be watching, Wednesday is okay. Yeah. Except it apparently gives Jenna Ortega like a mental breakdown whenever she's on set, apparently. So like fucking
It's really funny.
You took the role, dickhead.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you
My
expect
brother
that?
Christ, you made the sandwich. But yeah, that's my most anticipated stuff.
Well, okay. That means I am sadly wrapping this up.
Sadly.
What a journey.
Time to put it all together.
What a journey to the
No, what's
mysterious
that?
island, starring The Rock.
Fuck.
Oh, also real quick.
God, they're doing Moana. Oh.
And on that note,
They're remaking
Ghostbusters.
Moana.
Ghostbusters, guys, get excited. Blade,
They're remaking
Blade,
Moana.
Thunderbolts. I can't wait.
Blade is never coming out.
Never coming out. Ever.
We're gonna wrap up the pod, boys.
Yes, it's been fun.
Wyatt, you know what time it is?
Oh no! Oh my watch! Oh no, I'm running out
Let
of.
me get my timer.
Looks like it's 4 right now. With fucking, I'm running out of time.
If you weren't aware, us three used to do movie pods on Base World, and we had this little segment that we came up with where Wyatt will pitch to us a new movie in the total of 51 seconds. So we're going to give Wyatt the chance to do that one more time. Wyatt,
Okay.
we are going to completely DCU evaporate everything you've already done.
Oh really? New slate.
So James Gunn is now.
Oh my god.
Oh
So you're the new James Gunn.
Okay.
You're redoing the
Reboot?
51-second
Is he
universe.
gonna reboot
All right,
his?
we're rebooting.
Oh my god, are we gonna see him again?
Alright. All right.
So he can do whatever he wants here. This is the first movie.
Okay.
So 51 seconds are on the clock. Why? The whole F is yours. Go.
All right. Here we go. So boys, we got a new movie coming out. So you know the show Dance
Mhm.
Moms? You remember that show? So basically, this movie is going to be kind of like, think Black Swan, but with dance moms. And basically, instead of like kids, they have like dogs, right? So it's kind of like think Black Swan, but like Westminster Dog Show type thing, right? And like one of them, and like the main actress, the main character, her name is like Gwendolyn, right? And she has a dog, British Terrier,
Okay.
and she has to train it, just really train it so hard. But then she starts overtraining it, she starts hallucinating, and she starts seeing the dog in various different forms, like a Lovecraftian being, or a hot dog, or a cat. And then and then like various hijinks ensues, and the dog is played by Chris Pratt. And the movie is called Show Dog.
It's called Santa Paws.
It's called Santa Buddies. It's called,
Of course, it's Chris
The movie
Pratt.
is just called Air Bud. It's a remake of Air Bud.
This is the Air Bud sequel.
This is the Dark and Gritty reboot.
Showbud is here.
Oh my god, he's here!
Of course, it's Chris fucking Pratt.
Oh,
God
yeah.
damn it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, amazing. Well, I'm excited for this new slate
I'm
of
excited.
movies.
It's a bold new direction. I can't wait.
Showbud.
Will
What
we,
the
Wyatt?
fuck
I
is-
have to ask Wyatt. Will we be seeing any reimagined versions of some of our favorite?
So, all right, I knew I was
Well,
going
they
to
gotta
get
be
this.
recasted,
I knew I was
bro.
going to
You're
get this
gonna-
question. This is the press conference, right? At the place where I just announced
Yeah.
it. So.
Yeah, you're the media
Obviously-
scrum.
Obviously, we made some great characters, and you know, who knows? You could see them show up again. I mean, you know, James Gunn, he wants Peacemaker to show back up at some point, so maybe we could do that, something like that. Again, it's a new slate, so it's not the same universe. But if I wanted to bring some of those characters back, I have free reign.
Oh, there you go. I know that the old design for Mickey Mouse is public domain now.
The Colored.
And on that
Where
note,
is he?
out of context.
I am rooting for Shorts Man to come back.
Nah, man, you go see Captain
I
Robot
can't
make a
believe
big
it's
comeback.
not Butter Woman.
That'll be a post credits. That'll be
Come
post credits.
on!
No. It's gonna be the ending of this movie. Is gonna be like a Cloverfield situation or like a split situation where like the ending it's like
Oh my god!
it was the woman was Miss I can't believe it's not Butter Lady.
I can't believe it's not Butter Woman.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go, guys.
That's
Get excited.
awesome.
We're excited.
Well,
Big things.
this has been the good, the bad, and the
Yes,
Bruv.
Ben.
This is our first episode.
First one this week.
If you've if you've made it this far, congratulations.
If you made this
thank you
far,
for
I'm
sticking
sorry.
by.
I'm just
Let's,
so
guys-
sorry for what's.
Guys, let's bring up a poll for the people.
Poll?
What should the poll be?
I love the poll.
Oh,
What was your favorite movie of the year?
Who do you want to be?
Or
Who do you
something like
want
that.
to be in? Who should direct?
Who should? Yeah. Who should direct Showbud? Who should direct this
Yeah,
movie?
who should direct this fake movie? This real movie. Sorry, real movie.
Give us
And
your
we'll
best
list, like,
answers.
Yeah.
Your
in
options are like James Gunn, James Cameron, and fucking Ang
Literally just
Lee.
give
And James Wan.
No. Give us the whole team. Give us who you want to write, direct, and star as the woman.
Yeah.
Give us an entire movie cast
Yes.
for this movie.
Give us the whole cast. Let's see.
So yeah.
That'd be fun.
Cast all of Wyatt's characters. Oh my god, cast all of Wyatt's characters, please.
No.
Holy shit, that's
I
a
need
great
a
say
idea.
salute.
yeah.
2 finger salute. 2 finger salute. This is how we're ending every pod.
I thought
And until
I
next
heard
time.
the old man say, "Leave her, Johnny,
Oh.
leave her."
See, I thought we were gonna do-
He will g-"
I thought you were gonna do a fucking John
That's-
Campia like. Until next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Click right here to see more. Click right here to see more.
I hope your year is as good as ours. Come on. The Markiplier.
Yeah. We just all run. We just all collectively just.
God.
Sorry, guys. I'll be right back.
Oh no, oh no.
What's he doing?
We're
No.
seeing another.
Oh my god, it's the fastest man alive. Oh my god, no.
I didn't consent.
No. Help.
No.
Help me.
God damn it.
All right, boys.
It's been a good one.
Been a good one. Goodbye.
Lovely. Lovely stuff.
All right.
Oh my fucking god.